Right? It's like, it's not terrible. It's just like not correct.
Yeah.
Lemon.
But what is it supposed to be? It's almost like a gummy, but not.
Yeah, it's like a weird kind of whipped.
I'm gonna try.
That is weird.
It's like a gummy
The green
meringue.
ones are good.
Trying to make sure these little green bars.
That's what I think. That's what it is. Like a gummy meringue because it has that.
Red
red.
ghosts.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
I'll check that.
Right? My candy's not supposed to be that way. I'm confused.
It's
That
like
reaction. Lisa bit into it and then her jaw unhinged. Almost like a snake.
It's weird. It's not.
You've
right.
never seen my jaw pop out?
No, I did.
No, like actually unhinge. It does that.
We know.
It's because you're a snake person.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why you detest birds.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Serpent. Hey, Sally,
Yeah.
describe a couple of goodies that you've investigated so far.
Okay, so there was some sort of scale and an amber-ish thing, and I guess it's actually a Goron scale that lets you swim in the earth, but you can't breathe or see. So
Well, it doesn't just bestow that.
yeah. Unless you have some other way to do it.
Mm.
And then there was a rod with buttons on it that is not a vibrator, but actually a collapsible magic compound bow.
Still made someone wet though.
Yeah.
Ew.
It came with a an eye patch that I guess the spotter is supposed to wear, and someone else wields the bow. So now we've got Neural, our chicken mascot, wearing it. The eye patch.
There's
That's
the main
fun.
character.
Oh right. Neural now has plus 1d6 acid damage to her attack.
Yep.
Okay
Yes.
then.
That's happening.
Yeah.
Acid
and
chicken.
it is considered magical
Acid chicken.
if she didn't already.
Yeah, and then we have a brooch that lets our armor dude take off his armor like a stripper.
Like a magical girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. And put it back on.
Yep. Magical guy transformation. Except he's like this old dude. It's like smashing that trope in a bit.
Have you seen that video where they made Iron Man transformation, but it's like Sailor Man?
No, I haven't seen it.
That's what I imagine.
But that sounds
Yes.
that sounds amazing.
Only that taciturn, just visage with the incredible mustache,
Yes.
and then he does this thing. So good. All right, cool. So the next one, or what else? Or you guys want to keep digging on those, or are you done with that mystery?
I mean,
the
started,
matching
so.
other sticks are still
Yeah.
Yeah.
there
Okay,
for our matching pair that we
sticks.
have.
I rolled a 20 for matching sticks.
They are obviously a matched set. One of them has something to do with a dark, with a 20. Yeah, okay. Yes, you've also heard of this artifact. They are referred to as the Pair of Souls.
Pair of souls.
One of them is named Umbra. The other is Arid.
Okay.
The one with the darker wavy lines is Umbra, and you pop it open, and it's one of those compact umbrellas. It goes, and the canopy, and anywhere underneath the canopy is considered low light.
Oh.
So like if you were to like tilt it, it extends a like beam of low light out a certain distance.
I want that. Like in
There's
real
two of them.
life.
Yeah. I was about to say, like, I would use that shit all the time.
Right?
And then Arid, which has the like light blue and tan squigglies.
Right.
That one, same thing, pops out, and you notice instantly underneath its canopy, it's very dry, like any sort of moisture or humidity just is negated underneath it.
Don't stand under there.
Yeah, you were like, bleh, bleh. Yeah.
That's bad. Bad touch.
So effectively, it's like having an air conditioner
I want
underneath
that.
it, but a proper air conditioner,
You
not
can have
an air
that.
conditioner cooler. It
Do I get the match
So
set?
basically, are
Give
you
one to my
are you
twin?
gonna wield both
Yeah.
at the same time? And it's like desert night.
Yeah.
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
Dual wield umbrellas.
So then the sword is left, right? Is that wait? There's a sword in the bag. Is the bag a thing? I don't
The
remember.
bag is what had all this shit in it, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they already look over. They already have the sword.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, so you already
'Cause that
figured
was-
that one out.
'cause that
The
was
sword
loot-
was what the dude
that
was
was loot from
waving
the-
at us
Okay. So
Yeah.
with
and the
vigor.
and the bag doesn't need to roll either. So we're good.
That's just
Okay.
a
Right.
masterwork pack.
Because we checked,
Did my duty.
his armor was
Do you-
cursed as shit, so we tossed that into the acid
Acid
pool. But
Yeah.
the sword was fine.
Did
Did
I
you get the stats on the sword?
Did I get the match set?
I think
All for
I
you.
think
I'll
that's
give
all
one to
has it.
Amanda.
You probably told me, but I did not write it down because I'm the worst.
What are the two bundle sheets called together, Tony?
Pair of souls.
Ah,
Ha!
Yep.
Oh,
want-
I get it.
All I want is for you to hate me.
Why didn't I even see that sooner?
You try so hard.
yep. So
And the names are good too.
Umbra
if I
and
do say
Ares?
so myself. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like,
City.
oh, like Umbreon.
Much less subtle. I almost was like Umbra, the umbrella.
Oh, there we go.
But I was like, no, this is better. I need this.
Let me have this.
Oh, yes, and I do. So yeah, so we go. Plus
I'll
one great
ask
sword.
Amanda, which one she wants.
So it's a great
But
sword.
I'm sure it's gonna
Plus
be
one
the
magic.
that is not the darkest one. What? It's for
A
you.
great sword.
Oh, that's right. I took the sword. Why didn't I? Someday. Someday.
In a world outside of Yonkers.
Someday.
I guess I'll take the scale. I'm not sure what I'll do with it yet because I can't breathe in the earth. But
Well, out of all of us,
more movement options. I'm okay with that.
you're the more likely to swim into anything. Because I ain't swimming in shit.
Stuffed women.
I can find a spell that does the breathing in the earth probably.
Earth breathing.
So I told Mary Claire that when I go back east, I was like, I want to go to New York, but I don't want to like go to the city per se right away. I was like, I want to go to Yonkers, and Mary Claire, who was born in New York, looks at me and goes, "Why would you want to go there?" And I'm like, "So I can wear my Sunday best and get my picture took." And it took her a second. She was just like, "Lisa, you're an idiot. Get out of here." I'm like, "Why? I want to go through town."
Yeah, as a New Yorker, it's like, why would you be anywhere in the state? Well, NYC.
Thankfully, there's like 12 different boroughs or whatever.
Actually,
Yeah.
this is pretty good.
I don't like the weird gummy things.
I like
but-
that they're not gummy. They're crunchy.
I know, but I don't like them. I don't like it.
It just
the
makes me feel
crunchy
like
confused
there's
me a little
M&Ms in it.
But
Weird
they're still,
Germany.
But they're still like jelly. They're just like a hard jelly. And they get stuck in your teeth.
I haven't come across that feeling yet.
Oh, I didn't like it.
Yeah, I think I was okay with it. This was like a pass. This was a no. This is good.
Yeah, those things are too weird.
I have to take a picture of that for Brianna
Alright.
and tell her to bring me back another box.
Let's do this. We'll join in on the weird.
We got lemon biscuit and lemon.
Lemon biscuit
Oh, I
and
found it.
lemon.
The squishy one. Okay.
Do it. Do it. Join us.
Is a weird texture.
Yeah, it's just really weird.
Yeah.
You know what it's close to? Like those weird banana candies
Yeah.
Like Swedish fish.
Oh yeah.
that are like not quite gummy but kind of powdery.
Ugh.
I hated those. My dad would scarf those, and I was like, ugh.
Blech.
I was telling JC last game about my aversion to banana flavored stuff because I had like banana flavored medicine as a child, and that's all I can remember. Like
Yeah.
it's seared into my
The brain.
taste brain.
I was talking to somebody
Taste
at work
the
today
memories.
about that.
Yep.
And how the first time I had pneumonia as a kid, they were like, "What flavor of medicine do you want?" the pineapple one, and they like had other flavors.
Oh.
I'm like, fuck that shit, pineapple, let's go. I love pineapple.
Yeah, no.
Didn't taste
not
like
anymore.
pineapple. No, I still love pineapple. Just, nothing can ruin pineapple for me.
Yeah.
But it tasted like liquid Nile hand soap.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yep.
I'm thinking of the grape stuff that I had. I'm like,
Ugh.
that's
Yeah,
not
I
grape.
had to
That
have
was a
the grape
lie.
I had one of my like lymph nodes got swollen once when I was a kid, and I had to take this weird medicine that was like it was white,
Yeah.
like milky looking,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it was like cherry flavored,
Yeah.
and I was like, no.
See the
They used to have to like chase me down and like hold me to make me take it because it was so gross. They were like, "Do you want to get better?" I was like, "Yeah." And they're
No.
like,
no.
Like,
No, that's what I have to do.
Not at that cost.
No, I'm just gonna suffer.
And
Screw
I had
it.
one of those, you know, the spoon that has like the hole in it so that you can measure how much,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
you
Yeah.
tip it
Yeah,
back
and you
over.
take a shot. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
they couldn't get me to take cough syrups. They had to give it to me in gel cap form. I'll take a pill. I don't care what size it is. No problem.
Mm-hmm.
I won't take liquid. Absolutely not. There's
Yeah.
no, you can't make me do it.
Yeah, I didn't like
Whenever
That-
I have to take like NyQuil, like, because Sharon always gets the liquid stuff. So then it's always like you put it in the cap and then like you sit, you're like,
And you
okay.
stare at it and try and suck it.
You're like,
Yeah.
okay, fuck it. And you're like, no, I
Yeah.
smelled it.
Yeah.
Mistake I made. And then you just kind of have to be like, all right, time to do it. Oh god, it's so
Yeah.
terrible.
Dad would just give us hot port.
And
So,
then
I mean,
just, like,
Yeah, we
wasn't a
got
problem.
warm, watered down whiskey.
But yeah, the banana
Yeah.
medicine I had was like
That
that.
weird milky,
It was like that
choppy
little
shit.
milky.
Sway on the green towel.
Ha!
So I guess it's not.
Well, that's why she's not allowed to be left alone in there.
Mushy mushy.
But I'm just saying.
Okay.
Better there than not.
We'll send
so it's
we'll
a
send someone
towel
to
thing.
go collect you. Okay.
All right, you guys need to figure out.
Yeah.
You guys need to figure out a timeline for how long you're hanging out in Long Lawn Ranch.
How many
How long?
glasses tonight? One.
What is
Yeah.
it?
Blackberry Merlot.
I'll have a look.
If we open it and we don't pour a lot of it, Mary Claire just asked me, "We'll take it home." I'm like, yeah, we'll drink it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one I like, right? Yeah, that's the one last time.
That's all we had
Okay.
last time. Yeah.
Because I don't like red wine, but that one is okay. I think it's because it's got the blackberry. in it. Yeah. Because I like that blackberry. Just get some Minishevitz up in here and we'll get fucked up.
Yeah, it is.
Because if there's one thing to do, so I know how to do it.
I'm
Get-
sorry, people, but
Yeah.
the lady of the house has
Yeah.
requested we mute for a moment, so entertain yourselves in silence. Back, internet. Enjoy watching the stylings of
We'll leave
Of
you
John.
alone with John.
Tell us a story of your childhood.
That's right.
I'm gonna be really excited to watch this playback.
Yeah, no, seriously, tell a
Yeah,
really good
I'm
story
really
so when we
gonna-
get back.
We're
we can watch the
unmuted.
playback. It's
This is a
unmuted.
podcast now.
Yeah, it's
This is gonna be boring as shit, guys.
I added a new one.
Well, that's awkward. And this is the kind of quality entertainment you sign up for, internet. Watching me add numbers to my sheet. So, how about that weather? Right? How about that, whatever sports team you're following, in case you're following sports? Are you having fun yet? I'm having a blast. I wonder if this is as awkward for you as it is for me. Shut up, they're back.
Wait, were you actually talking to somebody?
We weren't talking about anything.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna have to watch this one.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna have to.
You can sit down and be awkward as fuck like I was.
Yay!
Oh, sorry, John.
That's all good.
Sorry,
That
not
cat is
sorry.
very cute, though.
It is
The
a very
internet-
cute cat.
Well, it was worth it.
It was fluffies.
The
Felt like
internet got to
cashmere.
watch me
You know,
add shit to my
fucking
sheet.
soft-ass cat.
You know.
That's good.
Yeah.
Keeping it real.
Keeping it real.
So I bought a complete set of dice, and then went, fuck it, go find the other ones. So Amazon is slowly, like day by day, sending me another piece to like finish
Yeah.
the line.
You wanna fill it all the way?
Yeah, because I had this set that I bought together, and this set, and this set, and then I was like, I started out. This is like one of my first sets, and then I bought this all together as one full, and I'm like, oh, that looks nice. Okay, and so now
That makes me want to
and now I'm going
buy
to like,
things.
You know, you're like, what did I do to myself?
yeah, basically, yeah.
It's
What
so
have I
tempting.
done? But yeah, no, this box I got at Michael's. It's in where they have like the cross
Yes,
stitch
it's
stuff.
basically for like beading and stuff.
It's-
I have boxes like that. For
Yeah, this one was with the cross stitch area. It was $1.20, and then I used a 40% off coupon.
Oh, you're one of
Oh,
those.
yeah.
People.
Well, because I have the Michael's app that gives me
I
coupons.
know.
Because I'm always fucking there. Yeah, no, I pick up 40% off of $1.20.
Dude, so
Worth
we
it.
have a quarterly sale that we have where they send out coupons in either in your email or your mail, but you have to be on the mailing list in order to get the coupon.
Uh-huh.
And it's like the first 2 days are 20% off your most expensive item, second 2 days are 30%, third 2 days are 40%, and then the last day, which is always Sunday, is 50%. And that Sunday is always a fucking nightmare.
I bet.
But people, first of all, it's only off. The one over there. It's only off one item,
smooth.
and it says
Nobody saw
very
anything.
clearly that is the case on the coupon.
Yeah.
If people don't understand, like, well, I thought it was 30% off. Yeah.
On
Off
this day.
one,
Yeah.
like, off your most expensive item. But people will come in and they'll go back to the clearance section where nothing is more than $3.
Right.
And then they'll bring up their giant pile of clearance stuff and then be like, oh, I thought I got a discount. It's like, you did get a discount. The most expensive thing you bought was $2.
Now
So you got 20% off of $2. You
Yeah.
saved 20 cents.
Good
But
job.
it's like, no.
Bless
no.
you.
Is that a sneeze?
No.
Oh.
That was just like a vaguely amused sound while I was writing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sally just squeaked.
What's the? Oh, what's the?
I'm trying to find all the flavors.
What's this? What's the orangey one?
So orange, vanilla, Strawberry.
Go back tomorrow and see what you got going on.
Oh, there's
blueberry,
you're gonna see.
cherry, lemon.
Watch this and
purple
see how
one
much
is
I have.
cherry?
No game.
The
Okay.
blue or
Whatsoever.
The darker blue one is
I
cherry.
I beg to differ about
It
this
looks
no
purple
game
on
thing.
here.
I was
No.
gonna say, are we gonna
It's
see
like
how you
Perry
fun Sally
Winkle.
over?
I do not. I do not.
Lavender periwinkle? I think it's more periwinkle.
It's bluish, so it's more periwinkle.
But I still don't get how it's cherry. What's wrong with you Germans?
They love gummy
Well,
stuff too. Like that's-
Apparently, in Sweden, rhubarb is green. Yeah. I had never had rhubarb before until I was in Sweden that time, and they gave it to me, and I was like, "What is this?" And it was amazing because it's tart and I like sour things.
Yeah.
And I was like, "This is amazing." They're like, "It's rhubarb," but I'm like, "No, rhubarb's red. Don't be fucking with my head, guys." They're like, "No, it's rhubarb." And the rhubarb in Sweden is green.
we used to. So we had rhubarb that was growing right behind our garage because boonies. But yeah, basically when it grows, it's like a stalk. It has like a gigantic leaf, right? But when you break it, it looks like red spotted celery.
Yeah.
Oh, rhubarb.
So it looks like a stalk of celery.
Yeah.
My grandma,
Sour.
we used to pick those and just like break the leaf. My grandma would put like a little bowl with just straight up sugar in there, and you just like dip the tip in there and you just eat it raw.
I'm having super deja vu right now.
Yeah?
Talking about.
Dipping the tip in sugar.
That's what I was just.
Yeah.
Are you just sound like a
That's what
tiny
she
lamb?
used to-
Yeah, I just want to taste each flavor.
Sounds like my normal day.
Yeah.
Wink, wink, nudge.
I ate a strawberry one first.
The strawberry is
The flavor is okay, but that texture is.
The texture, like I said, it's like those
This-
little banana candies, like that weird squishy texture.
the texture actually goes the best with the strawberry.
Yeah.
That was the only
Yeah,
one
because
tried
when I ate the strawberry one, I was kind of like, this is weird, but it's fine. And then I ate the lemon cookie one, and that one was the one where I was like, nope, I'm noped on this.
It's just slightly off.
Actually, the lemon cookie is better than the caramel.
The caramel one, I didn't try the caramel one.
I think I had strawberry and crumble. It was weird.
I didn't pair them together like I guess you're supposed to. I just ate them one at a time. So maybe it's better.
I thought actually
Pairing them.
the strawberry with the
Yeah.
lemon cookie is pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I should have tried.
Hola.
Hello, hello.
Well, aren't you fancy?
Target sheep.
Whatever. Work it. Do we need to move this closer to you?
Us?
Yeah.
It won't go very much farther.
No.
though.
Okay.
That's about it.
I'll just like
Project.
Just
I will
project.
try to project more.
Get real mad at it.
Yeah, no, don't do that. Hold on.
Who does this now?
Yeah, the computer might die.
Oh no. I'm gonna warm up my lunch that's never dinner.
Hello. Hello. And Lisa.
Yes, dear. John.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
The incessant beeping you hear is the loose power cable.
Oh, did we like knock it out while we?
No.
Okay.
Well, I'm telling the internet that too, but yes.
Oh.
So because it's wrapped around that way, actually. Yeah, it's a little better.
A John.
Thank you, man.
This is how you know we're real friends. We
Wow.
bring you into our home, and
Amazing.
and then you feed us, and then we
Thank
put you to
you.
work.
Yeah. Completely.
That's how it works.
Although to be honest, you're doing it wrong because you're giving way too much wine.
If I don't know if Amanda wants a glass.
Amanda,
Tough shit.
do you want blackberry Merlot?
She was in Monterey. She doesn't need wine.
She might actually.
Well, after the
traffic,
drive,
yeah.
sure, fine. whatever.
Yeah.
So the accents.
I don't get mad at Highway 5 after I go home from Disneyland. I'm mad that I'm going home from Disneyland.
Yeah.
That's true.
I mean, I'm mad at Highway 5 for its own reasons, but not. Yeah.
I'm just mad at Los Angeles.
Right?
It's not the highway itself. Because usually once you
think-
get past LA, it's mostly smooth
Whatever,
sailing
yeah.
until you get back to the Bay Area. But fucking LA.
They're
Oh.
sort of the texture of marshmallows.
But not
Yeah,
quite though.
ish.
They're,
No.
they're denser than marshmallows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like
They're like the marshmallows that you get inside the Swiss mix hot chocolate.
yeah, because those are designed to soak up the.
Maybe we should just put
Which
them
is why
in
you-
hot chocolate. and
So
see
they're
what
freeze
happens.
dried or dehydrated?
They're somewhere between marshmallows and those little meringues.
Yep.
It's like meringues if they
Uh-huh.
weren't hard on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't like that one.
So did you figure out, are you guys doing anything in between or are you heading straight to the castle?
Castle, I guess.
Yeah.
We saw a cat.
So-
We went and saw a cat.
World's podcast while they went to look at a cat. The internet saw everything.
Oh, I look forward to that.
There was long moments of silence. We talked about the weather. You know.
In French?
No.
Oh.
Aw, missed
missed
number 2.
Get the fuck out of my house.
This happens every time.
What the hell is wrong with you?
By the end of this game, like this is a solo game.
We are centaurs. There's only us.
We will be assimilated.
We're slowly turning into one
of
person.
us, one of us.
Slowly
That
but
indicates that
surely.
There's not a solo hive mind. All right. So yeah, so you're all gonna head back to the
It's like
castle.
most of us know what it feels like to go to Catholic
Right
church.
away.
So I mean,
Yeah.
we're talking about board mind,
Right.
and it always sounds like it's always like
And also with you.
it's
Yeah,
always a
'cause everyone's
monotone.
bored.
Yeah, I've still got the instinct if I hear
Lord
certain
have
phrases
Yeah.
to say the
Christ
things.
have mercy. And also with you.
Yeah.
They don't say that anymore.
They don't?
They don't
Yeah.
say also with you. They say and with your soul.
Yeah. Holy
Oh.
Spirit.
Yeah, well,
Which
I
is how we say
haven't-
it in
Oh,
French.
with your spirit, yes,
Yes.
yeah.
That's how we say it in
I
French.
haven't been to church, well, to Catholic.
'Cause I don't know them in
masses before they
English.
changed
Well,
it.
Ben
I
and
know
I
that
were
in French.
taken off guard because we said we were like,
That would be me.
I know,
entirely.
and
also
You totally get the priest stink eye. It's like, I haven't been to mass in a while.
and apparently it's been a long, like a couple years,
And if
a
it was
long
an,
while.
if it was an Adam Sandler movie, one asshole would be like, "Ah,
Right.
Yeah.
Oops.
you're going to hell."
Well,
No, the Adam
Yes.
Sandler movie.
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Yeah. Is it wrong of me that I wanted to make a character named Robert Boucher, but change the Boucher just enough, and then he's sort of a savant, like monk grappler?
I thought you were making a joke about Robert Goulet.
No,
So,
he's Bobby
I was
Boucher.
like, why are-
Oh my God, I'm cool.
yeah, but I'm like, why are you changing Boucher? You already changed Goulet to Boucher. I'm confused.
And his mother was a paladin.
Ah, that makes sense.
Very shut in. I'm like, I have the best D&D character ideas. Anyway,
So yesterday I went to Harry's Hofbräu with cheese.
I thought it closed. Like,
Everyone keeps telling me it's closed, and I keep eating
They
there.
were apparently it was gonna close down,
But they
I
make way
think-
too much business.
But I think because their rent got raised or something, like they were gonna close down, and then everyone was like, "Oh shit, Harry's Hofbräu was gonna close," so everyone started going there more.
They actually changed owners.
so
So
someone
this-
bought it,
Yeah.
being like, no.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's gonna stay.
That's awesome.
Well,
Yeah, so
if
we
the
were
new
there.
owners can make it work, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we were there last night, being fucking fat.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
That's
that's
what
what
they
go there
do.
for.
Oh my god,
You
I love
sound
it.
fat. Said, Hofbräu.
Yeah.
I said that with my mouth.
But we
Right,
were
yeah.
sitting in the back by the bar, and in the corner we heard these like group of people like really arguing, like angry arguing. And then I stopped and listened long enough, and they were actually playing D&D, and they were
Yes.
arguing with the GM because one of them tried to use a lightning bolt, but everybody was standing in water. He's like, "If you use that, I'm gonna fucking die." No, they wouldn't, because it would hit blah 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 blah. They're in water. Everyone
Yes.
will die. And
And
then,
then round out, everyone's going to take full damage.
and then everyone was just like, "Oh!" And the DM's like, "I'm the DM, damn it! Everybody shut up!"
Well, it's like
And you went over and was like, I love you people.
Yeah, just the whole time,
Right.
like,
I don't agree or disagree with any of you.
"Yeah, what are you doing?"
because I have my own opinions. And
Group hug.
depending if I was running this game or one of the players, I'd have a different opinion.
It was just so funny.
Right.
Don't you fucking do that shit! I'm not dying this time.
Like, actually, I love that you're arguing about this shit right now.
Yeah.
Me and
I've
Jared
had this
went for a
conversation.
diner one time,
Sorry. Don't ever stop
and
being
there
you.
was this table full of
We're
nerds,
like bad nerds.
like that were
Oh, those are the Warhammer.
they were
with
going
the
on.
Lord nerd.
Yeah, with the alpha nerds.
is-
Oh, yeah, that's
Glorious
right.
steak, well done. And like he kept like calling back the waitress for like different random bullshit, which I think was his way of trying to flirt with her.
Yeah.
She was cute and had a British accent, but she clearly was having none of it.
Yeah. These are all dead to me.
Throw them away.
This one fell on the floor.
Oh, you. Okay. All right.
They look like
Oh.
snails.
They do.
I haven't had her in my mouth ever. Stupid
There's a
cat.
whole bag of fresh ones, Tony.
That none of you are gonna eat.
Nope.
No.
No.
You're done?
I'm okay with the
Yes.
strawberry with the lemon biscuit one, but other than that, no.
It had its chance, Tony.
Yeah. The strawberry and the vanilla ones are okay.
Oh.
Dude, I have been fucking
I'll-
tongue-tied all day.
All the letters try to rush out of your mouth at
All the
same
time. And it's been extra hard today. Like
So there's two different.
There's days like that.
there's 2 different bases
Oh, I see.
and
there's-
6 different toppings.
Oh.
You're supposed to match them.
Yeah,
I
mix and
guess.
match and stuff. Yeah.
They're pretty terrible though. So
Oh.
good luck.
You're selling me.
Thanks,
All right.
Germans.
Love it. Hey, I'm sure there's plenty of.
Danke Deutschland.
Yeah, there's plenty of shit that us weird ass
Yeah.
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 faux British assholes have done.
Faux British.
Ooh, that's what we need. We need some fucking British candy. That shit is no joke.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
shit is so good.
I still have Swedish candy at home that I've been hoarding. 'Cause it's too good. I'm like, if I eat it, I'll never have it again.
So you go. So you guys head straight back to the castle after you. After
Yeah,
your-
we eat
after
stuff.
you're done
And,
Yeah, I think
each
we'll
other.
prep and start hitting the roads.
does that mean I get all my health back?
Sure.
Yay! I was pretty hurt.
Yeah,
I wasn't.
I took it kind of hard. And then
I feel like this happened in
merged with my sister, and then
this happened
still
in
have a burn
Pathfinder
life.
too,
Yes.
where everyone else took damage and I didn't.
yeah,
I'm really good at doing that.
I got hit
Yeah,
pretty hard.
you're good at being a inconspicuous target.
Is that so fun?
Yes, you want some?
Fuck yeah!
You have low aggro,
There's more.
so
Yeah.
that means you
I
can
just wanna buy-
just DPS
Okay.
and it's steady and it's good, as
Yeah.
opposed to some of these bursty motherfuckers.
You know I can't
Yeah.
resist Justin.
I'm built to hold aggro, so I try.
I am mostly offense. Yeah, that's true.
I have a piece of. Oh my god, did I leave that at work? I think I might have.
What?
When I was on lunch today, I went to Safeway and just got like a little microwavable pasta bowl, but they always put too much sauce on it. So I bought a little chunk of sourdough bread to like dip in the sauce after I was done with the thing. But it was a bigger, they only had kind of big chunks. So there was more bread than I needed. So I wrapped it up in the bag that I bought it in, put it in my locker, and I grabbed it when I was leaving. But then I put it down to put my sunglasses on because I opened the back door and was like, fuck.
And that's it.
And now I think I left my bread in the box in the back room with my sword.
Well, now it's going to be a starter.
Somebody will
That
find
box
it.
is going to be covered with ants in the morning unless somebody notices it.
Oh, text somebody.
Not
No worry. Cool. So we relax, we drink, we be merry, and then we head back to the castle.
How do
Yeah.
you retransmit
How did we get?
yourselves
How did we get?
back over to the castle?
How
How
did
do
we
we
get
travel?
here from the first time?
We walked.
Well, you flew.
Yeah, well, how did the pedestrians over there do it?
I randomly swim through the earth like this.
Now?
You know?
Watch me.
Yeah. You can do
Look at me
that.
do this! Woo!
It's actually like as fast as your normal move speed. So you're like, eh.
Yeah, I
She
actually
can
do.
just
I'll
look
try
at
it
you
now
doing
and
it.
then.
You can just dolphin and
although
lose
you
her.
do realize that like rocks don't move.
Okay, so
So,
I do
like,
that and then I hurt
So
myself.
it's kind of like running through a really thick wood.
I
You're
saw
like,
those.
flop, ow, oh my God.
I saw it's full of farmlands here, so like the people that plant shit are gonna be like, son of a bitch, or seeds.
Big over.
Well, it's probably not to go over farmland.
And much manure.
I mean, not
Yeah.
if you're in the ground. On like a path. Well, I guess.
You put it on top,
Go
though.
through.
That's just like a face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you break earth.
You put it on top. It's like the smell of fall.
Hey, I can like aerate new farmland. Nice.
Yeah, there you go. So I guess we walk back.
So you guys trek down the main road from the edge of Long Lawn Ranch proper straight north
Yeah.
ish to Castle City. There is a small wall around the outer edge of the more recent expansions. Not really a gate, more of just like a pathway as you move through. You start moving into some of the older areas of the city, and you come to a drawbridge with over a proper moat, and it seems to have never really been closed recently. The boards are nice and sturdy, reinforced though, as you guys move your way across. Are you going to stop at home, or are you going to head straight up into the castle?
It was like,
Because
you're home.
because he's a local.
Yeah. What time is it when we get there?
So if it took you about a day and a half, I would say it's afternoon. It's afternoon as you guys finally hit town.
So, what's the plan? You want to report directly to castle? Out of home. Free to stick around, have some food.
I'm sorry, I really didn't hear what you said.
What?
Do you want to go straight to the castle,
Uh-huh.
or
I have a home here.
you have a home?
I have a home.
What did you say? Okay, you have a home if you want to hang out for a bit, or go straight there.
I can do this all in French if you want.
Do it.
I would probably hear it just the same.
I don't speak Spanish.
Joshua, though.
Right.
All right.
Which is already a fun phrase.
Fucking Spaniards.
I feel great.
Yeah, but what time of day is it right now?
It's afternoon.
Oh, okay. Jeez,
3:45. If anyone cares to whack a stone,
That's right.
boom.
I don't know. It's still early. We should just go there. And then we can go and hang out at your place or whatever.
But I feel if we go to the castle, they will immediately put us back to work, and there will be no time for downtime.
I mean, they might not.
Do I feel like that's how royalty works? I mean, does my cousin?
Your experience with this has been quite the opposite. That usually you go in, you're greeted, and it's and you get rooms, you get to hang out for a while, and you got to go. There's a lot of boring shit. Yeah.
Because when they asked us to do stuff at the other place, they were like, "Hey, we got need you to do something." We're like, "Okay," and then y'all got drunk.
Well, I
afterward.
mean,
So I mean,
I
I
wouldn't
imagine
say I
it
was
would be.
drunk. I was just.
I imagine it'd be more of the same.
Middle is the good vibes festival. So
I mean, where I'm from, you should not have downtime.
Well,
You
we're
should
not
always
where you're from.
be working.
Yeah,
Where
where
are
I'm from, it's definitely more
You people?
casual.
What do you mean, you people?
I mean, we gotta have the whole part where we just like sit and like, shoot the shit for a while, and then we like, rest near water and just hang out.
How are you all not fat? I just
Because we swim a lot.
guess just sit around.
Also, because that shit is
boring.
boring, and that's why she leaves at the first opportunity.
honeymoon's over. We just stepped away from all the good feels, and everybody immediately got racist.
All right, I'm gonna say it. I don't mind these at all. I don't know what's wrong with
They
you.
are all yours.
I
Merry Christmas.
don't want them though. I'm gonna eat them.
Tony understands.
I'm like, yeah, it's sugar and
Well, I wouldn't take them home. I would just be throwing them away.
no, yeah, I'll eat them.
There you go. They're all yours. You can have one a day.
It's like taking like your medicine and it's like at one
One
little
of
period
these
every day.
will be like peeps, and then if you wait long enough, they'll
That's probably
shrink
why I
and
don't
harden.
like them, because they do remind me of
I love
peeps.
peeps.
Well, that's
I'll
because
eat
they're
all of
soft
them.
marshmallow goodness.
Yeah, these
Whereas
are.
these are like
Those are
candy
not peeps. They're
hardened.
lie. They're a lie.
I love peeps.
Anyway, so yeah.
Well,
so,
I guess we go to the castle then, since we will go to the castle and then they'll tell us not to do anything.
Yeah, I'm absolutely fine either
you
way.
are
it'll be
you are under the
fine.
impression that there's like no timeline as far as when you need to show up. You know, if you wait too long, they'll probably assume you're dead. But
That's right. They didn't give us an appointment time, so.
Yeah, it's like it's like taking advantage of. Just do the thing and then
I'd rather
whatever.
get it over.
I need to
Yeah.
report backing anyway, so.
So you guys head straight up.
Yeah.
So you're standing there inside the portcullis area. There's a gate. There's a guardhouse right next to that gate. The guard there was obviously slouching, but as soon as he sees you, he straightens up, and you're like, well, at least he's trying. And you're not on duty, so you don't need to yell at him. And you guys head through a couple blocks, and then come into the main square. And even this close to like dinner, it is jumping. There's vendor stalls and games, and shops are open, and people are bustling. There's a beautiful fountain in the middle of the square, pure crystal water, fantastic. Little shrubs here and there. The beautification project has really kept the place up.
Resist the temptation to go cut these shrubs.
That's right.
Eh.
Look at the size of those fucking weeds. Is no one fucking gardening around here? Jesus Christ.
No.
And then
Right?
you guys head through the square and up the path through some more blocks as you come up into the royal gardens, or rather the royal field, which is a oddly specifically measurable set distance from the edge of the town, from the edge of the city to the castle gate itself. Gustav knows why. And you guys start down the path, and it comes into like a little bit of a canyon, and you guys wend your way through. Anytime a guard or something notices this group approaching, like you see like the bristle start, and then as soon as they glance Gustav, it's whatever, it's cool. Yeah,
We have a skeleton key to the city.
a little bit.
Like every time I see a guard, I just like wave at them, like it's all casual.
Here for safety.
And then I like kind of size them up, like
Chicken with
With
an
the eye patch.
Yes. Neural has an eye patch
Solid
now.
head.
that's awesome.
And
You just need the bandana now.
To bring you up to
And
speed.
then-
To bring you up to speed, Amanda, Neural has an eye patch now.
And we have fancy umbrellas.
Oh,
And I can swim through birds.
fancy. That's cool.
And it was reaching for the one in your mouth.
I'm fine now.
Oh, now look what you did.
That happened for real.
Nah.
That happened
now
for
you fucked up. Now you fucked up. Now you have fucked up now. What you say, Street Bean? Come up here and say that to my face.
Lisa, whatever you want.
Blackberry cookie wine.
Not
That's
a
what
huge
mashed up
fan
was.
of that skip, but damn if it's not solid. Okay. You guys
Throw yourself in
wend,
your wine bottle.
wend your way up the path
Alrighty.
to a lightly wooded area. Main gate.
That's
Through the main gate.
dessert wine.
There is another drawbridge inside this gate under another proper moat. It's lowered currently. And you guys stroll through. At this point, the the armor on the guards appears to look a little closer to what you're used to seeing Gustav wear. And the bristle doesn't happen as much, but there definitely seem to be places where Gustav isn't just like strolling through. He's got a little more discipline to his step than you've noticed the rest of the trip.
A little more business now.
A little bit louder now. A little bit louder now. A little bit louder. Oh god. Pirate hen.
Nice.
Yeah, there you go.
Solid cuckoo. Love it. Alright.
He needs to take some rogue levels now.
That would be excellent. We don't have rogue, right? That would be helpful.
Chicken has sneak attack.
Right.
There's more than enough HP to fix any trap
That's-
you might come across.
We'll do the fighter method to trap finding, which is
I open the door.
I found a trap.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have.
I open the door with my face. Disable device.
No, I thought I had something. Maybe I don't. I don't know.
So you get up into the castle proper, and beautiful gardens. You know, more fountains, hedges, very well manicured, very well put together.
Yay, fountains.
Yeah.
Grim sort of takes the lead, and peels you off towards the right, towards a pathway to the right a little ways, and you come up into a little lovely courtyard. Gustav, of course, you know this is where the princess likes to spend a lot of her free time in contemplation or physical activities, that sort of thing. No, there's big old windows into the throne room. Yeah, unless she's into some real voyeuristic shit. No.
I mean, Zelda seems a little freaky to me.
Hey,
So.
no doubt. Got that crossplay thing going.
Well,
Sure.
she swooned him as a man before. She's like, by the way,
Anyways,
just saying.
yeah.
Nice.
Well, then wouldn't that be its Link that's into the? Anyway, sorry.
Link's the Todd. He appreciates hotness of all kinds.
Well,
And of course, as if on cue, as you round the corner into this courtyard, what would you like, Rabbit? You want a cookie?
Can I have one also? I was trying to turn it around and it didn't work.
Right.
Yeah.
There is Link, Zelda, and Dak. All sort of. Dak is laying across a bench. He looks super bored with whatever's going on.
I am very familiar with that expression.
Zelda stands on the grass next to the stone area where the benches that Dak is on, and Link is up to his knees in a small pond water feature next to Dak and Zelda, and he seems to be like looking into the pond, into this water feature for something.
I have to resist my urge to jump in there.
I'm gonna be trying to catch a fish.
As you guys sort of come in and witness this situation, Zelda is sort of like looking at Link, and then after like a beat, Dak's arm comes up and he goes, "Hey guys, you're not dead."
Yep, we made it.
Link kind of does the slow turn in the water feature, and he's sort of like, and Zelda's like, "Oh, hi."
suspicious.
Right.
Obviously, him with all his genitals. Sorry, him with all his male
Because
genitalia.
he doesn't say anything.
Yes.
Weirds me out.
Created you? That's why.
Yeah, but he doesn't say.
Dak said hi.
Yeah,
Zelda
no,
said hi.
I'm fine with them. It's Link. He says nothing.
It's all right.
Weirdo.
Yeah.
Why must a man say 1,000 words when 0 will suffice? Because then he'd be me. Okay. It's like, no. She's like, oh, welcome. Come on over. We're in the middle of a debate.
Well, I totally sit in the pond too because I'm just like, hey, people are doing it. This is fine. This is normal.
Link looks over and is like, like, thankfully, someone's finally joining in. You're looking down in the water, and apparently there's a bunch of rupees scattered throughout the water features.
Why are you guys just leaving your money lying around?
And
Ponds.
Dak is like, their wishes, because you throw a rupee into
So
a
you're
into a
stealing
pond.
people's wishes?
And Link's like about to be like, whoa, and Zelda's like, these are all mine, actually. Unless like a random guard or someone else, but no, we're not taking them out. We're trying to find a specific one because Link said he could find exactly the one I threw in 2 nights ago, and Dak bet him a purple rupee that he couldn't.
He said that?
And Dak's like, yeah. And Link's like,
Were you drunk when you made this wager?
Link or Dak?
Who made the wager?
Them?
Dak did. Dak was like, I bet you 50 rupees. You can't. I bet you a purple rupee. You can't.
Okay, well, it's both of them.
And Link's like, and Dak's like, yup.
All right. Well, I don't know what it looks like, or I'd help you look for it.
But then you would be cheating.
Yeah, Link has to find it on its own. That's how these things work.
Oh, fine.
Gentlemen's agreement.
I guess I'll just swim.
Zelda's like, with our guests here, I think there are some slightly more pressing matters. So Link, if you and Link's like, and he extracts himself from the water. Dak sort of sits up and he goes, and Link's like wringing out his
They're all
leggings
perked up a little bit.
and starts sliding on his boots. And Zelda's like, I'm honored that you all returned.
You seem surprised.
And Dak's like, and she's like, well, you're a unique group, and I wasn't sure that all of you would stick together, but faith in the light, you know, the goddesses work mysteriously, and Dak.
I float the room and just sort of like sit back on it.
And Dak's like, and we thought for sure some of you would die.
But you said it
Zelda's
anyway.
like,
We
and
protected the men.
Link kind of glowers at
Yeah,
him
we
too.
did pretty good at that.
And Dak's
Everybody
like,
survived. It was not for lack of trying, Your Majesty.
and Dak's like, sorry, we
Yeah, that's fair. Whatever. There's always an amount of risk when you go adventuring and stuff.
I didn't know that.
I didn't sign up for that.
Dak's with it. And Link is like nodding sagely at the adventure comic. Zelda's like, are you all rested, or do you need refreshments, or I imagine, and I know it's not an arduous trek from Lon Ranch to here, but I want to make sure that y'all are rested and well taken care of while you're here.
I mean, we just rolled in, so we could use some relaxing.
Do you guys need lodgings? Or I know you're a local, so I don't know if you want to, whatever you'd like, we can accommodate.
It's up to you. The castle's comfortable. I have some rooming at my place if that is more up your
You're
speed.
an old bachelor, right? How much space do you have?
Yes.
Dak sort of sits up and he goes,
Because I didn't ethnicity.
so since you guys are
Why?
going to officially be members of the Woodrunners, he's like glancing over at Link and sort of like giving pseudo side-eye, not side-eye, but like knowing glances at Zelda.
Suspicion is rising.
He's like, maybe the proper lodging for the group would be with the Woodrunners' normal bunk assignments, as that's sort of what we're going to be doing next. And Link's like, and Zelda's like, right. I mean, that doesn't mean we can't put you up for the night, refreshments, that sort of thing. But yes, if you are to officially become members of that unit, then it would make sense that you would be assigned to those posts while here, or billeted there while here. But of course, people who have lodgings in town, or soldiers who have lodgings in town, are welcome to stay there if they wish. So, you know, it sounded like, or you said that right in front of them. You're like, yeah, come out, yeah. So as Captain, Captain, right?
Yep.
Yeah, as Captain Grimm said, you know, if you wish to stay with him as well, that's fine.
I'd rather stay at Grimm's house.
Sure.
I would rather not abuse his hospitality.
I'm fine with it.
He already said it's cool.
Yes, but we are
It's
now
fine. It's
4
not-
unexpected guests. in
Zelda,
this home.
super composed. Dak, barely composed. Link, quiet.
It's not luxury, but we have the space. Alpha's a good cook.
You have a cook? Cool.
Well, she's not my cook, but she cooks.
I believe he has a child.
Okay.
Sort of.
Okay.
I mean, it's either stay at his place or stay with a bunch of random dudes.
I suppose we will stay with the good Sir Grimm.
Ron is good.
Pardon?
Your Ron's good.
He does run well, you are correct.
He runs normal.
He runs normal.
It's a bit slow
Yes.
and loud.
Not if I can help it.
Well, if you're not in immediate need of refreshments, then I guess we can get straight to the point.
Mm-hmm. That's why we came here.
Zelda sort of like opens herself up to the sky a bit, and you all feel this like calm and quiet sort of settle over the courtyard. The casters automatically know it's like an anti-scrying sort of spell, and a pink sort of crystalline glaze sort of domes the courtyard.
Kind of more out of habit, Grim takes a spot like in the corner, like a guard spot, drops the axe down, just, stays there.
And she's like, at this time we can speak frankly, and more than likely, no one will hear what we discuss. Dak sort of like as soon as you set up sort of like a post, Dak also sort of like opens up a bit to keep an eye out. Like you can tell he sort of, like when you watch a large cat go from, oh, it's so fucking hot to, I'm gonna murder for food. It's sort of that same shift happens. It's nice. It's nice.
It's nice.
Link doesn't appear any more or less plussed than before. A little bit of the dark edges on the hem of his boots from where the wet stockings are. So you're like, he's a pretty chill dude. I don't fucking trust him. Yeah.
No one's this fucking chill.
Yeah.
Without knowing things.
Seen some shit.
She goes, in an official capacity, you are all going to join the Hyrulean military force as Woodrunners under Link's command. As you will soon learn, or as Gustav might have already informed you, it is a very diverse group that recruits from all over. She sort of reasserts. There is a couple other ways that you will be serving Hyrule at large, not just the kingdom, which I would never ask anyone to swear any sort of fealty to against their will. She sort of like nods at those who aren't Hylian. But as there's definitely a common interest in preserving our lands, this is one of the reasons why the Woodrunners itself recruits from outside. We will discuss that a bit more at length in an even more secure location than this. Link will guide you there. If you'd like, she looks over at Dak and Link. Is like, could go right now, or perhaps tomorrow after you've refreshed and rested after your trip.
I mean, is it really far? I mean,
Dak and Link sort of like glance at each other, and she's like, "It's not a long trip, no."
Is it
So it's
like
a
an
weird
alternate
trip.
universe or something?
No, it's
Okay.
very near.
I don't know if I could deal with interplanetary travel.
Dak sort of like Dak sort of like eye shifts a little.
okay, rest first, and I need to buy potions. There's somewhere I can buy potions.
Absolutely, yeah, no.
And then we can go tomorrow. That sounds good to me.
So as it's a little later in the afternoon, like 4:30 now, since you walked through town, blah, 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 she's like, at this time I'll drop the dome and feel free to walk the gardens. And in about a half hour, I'll send someone to collect you all, and you can dine with us this evening. We'd be honored to have you as guests.
Cool.
Does that include Neural?
Absolutely. Questions before we...
Is the owl coming back?
Even Link's like... Even Link cringes at this one, and Tax sort of chuckles, and she's like, I don't believe so.
Oh, good. Okay,
He's
that's fine.
he's sort of an independent agent, but definitely aligned with the greater good. A giant owl of wisdom, I imagine, would be very invested in the preservation of his universe.
Okay.
At least the cosmic owl.
Okay. Well then,
Let us save these further dark talks for later. And she sort of like lets out a breath as if she's been holding it for a while. The iridescent glow sort of fades off of everything, and the water trickles a little louder, and butterflies seem to move about again as if they weren't there before. It's you can tell that the world is once more wherever it is, as opposed to sort of a still version. Link sort of backhand whacks Dak, and Dak's like, right. And Dak wanders off in one direction. He's like, I'll see you guys later.
Yeah.
And then Link sort of bows to the rest of you as he makes his way out as well. And Zelda's like, forgive me, I also have some things to attend to before dinner, but please, take your leisure. And also floats serenely out of the courtyard. Not literally, but you're like, how does she not bob?
I mean, I kind of check it out, but for
Yeah.
different reasons.
Yeah. There's not a lot of sway, but it could. Yeah.
Well, I
So,
hopped down off my broom and put it away. I'm like, well,
we got some rupees too, right? How much was that? Because I'm like, the Cure Series is like $7.50.
We got
A bunch last time.
I did give. There was something in the child's wallet.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
yeah, but I think we got other
I never wrote it down amazingly.
rupees.
Maybe I
too.
did next to it. I don't remember.
Question? Another? No.
I didn't write down any of the
Question.
Yes, several. I'm crazy.
Right.
For David Pumpkins. Love it.
The way he destroyed your kitchen, though.
Yeah, I didn't write down any of the loot we got.
All right, so in the child's wallet.
I wrote that down, but there were other rupees that we got in
I
that.
don't remember.
Yep.
I know I got a bunch of
I like
like
that.
finding treasure chests, but I didn't write that down either.
Wow.
We all
I think maybe I just added it back to my
I mean, not
Fail.
Nice.
write down.
I blame
Nice,
myself
that's how you
too.
do it.
That should actually was.
There are rupees falling out of Basil's pocket. He's like, I don't remember what goal we got.
He's just jingling.
And the girl's like picking them back up. Like,
I have a handy hammer set.
yeah,
That's
Full of
funny.
rupees.
Yeah, but-
Full of
but
rupees.
that's not.
Well, anyway,
That's not
You can
safe
just-
from plot
I know.
embarrassment ever.
I can buy myself one potion of cure moderate for 300 gold, and then
I have more than that.
30 rupees. Sorry, and that's it. That's all I can afford.
I have like a shit ton of money.
Gustav, you know that a bunch of basic adventuring stuff you can buy for like 25% off at the quartermaster.
I'll
As part
relay
of
the
perks.
information.
Since you're all going to be part of the military, you can totes.
Yeah, I'm
Take
basically
advantage of
like
that. It's
I
oddly
needed
specific
healing and I
stuff,
didn't have it.
and it's
so-
not
I'll
amazing
help you.
stuff,
I'll help
but
you.
it's
Yeah, I mean it's basic adventuring gear, probably like rations and
Yeah, so big potions can go up to level 3. So there's Cure Series, which is 750. Cure Moderate is 300. Cure Light is 25, but man, at this level, that's nothing.
The only-
don't worry. Once
Yeah,
we
they-
start figuring out what this assignment is like, and we can start plotting what our itinerary is going to be like, and then we'll pull some of the resources so that we can get.
They only stock pure mods. They don't have.
Anything
Here's
higher or
the
lower?
reason.
Okay.
Whatever.
It's sort of like
It's basic
level 5
shit.
tier
Yeah.
magic stuff. Because anything nicer is out of the budget /
Yeah.
for you guys can definitely get a hold of that stuff and might be able to haggle it in or whatever.
I'll
put
be
in a
able to buy
special
it in town
requisition,
if you really want
but
those.
like on the fly.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't like this place. Have you ever been to this place, that secure place?
Nope.
It's shifty?
You have no
I don't
idea
know.
what
I'm
they're
just
talking
worried
about.
that
It
there
is
could be
outside.
something dangerous there, and I want to actually have something on me before we do that. That was my.
I'm usually posted here
I don't know.
and at the barracks, and then out in the courtyard drilling the soldiers. And
Yeah, you
that's
have.
usually it.
You are fairly confused about what they could be talking about. You know
Yeah.
these hills. You
No
know this
ideas.
area. You're like. There's maybe like secret tunnels under the castle or something you might not know about.
Yeah.
But you know about the few that are.
Bombers
There
is
are
completely
some-
different unit. Actually,
Yeah.
I know sort of where they're quartered at, but not really. So
The Woodrunners you do.
yeah, the Woodrunners.
You've never heard of the Bombers.
Right.
Yeah, well, so I'm still kind of like, I want to get them now and then have them for tomorrow.
Nothing like a divine being telling us we have to work together and then everybody else hiding us in shady spaces. Sounds like home. Alright, well, I guess we wander around here for a while. And she pulls her sister in tow and goes to find a particularly sunny spot to be like, oh, what? Everything's so
Yeah.
cold here.
Green.
Well, you have.
Gross.
If you miss the desert, like you have your
Our
dryness,
Yeah.
your dryness parasol.
The two of us were cuddled up under it.
Aww. It's like,
No,
this
it's
is home.
No, it's a dry cold. Damn.
You just gotta find the warm umbrella, the
Uh,
sun umbrella, which is kind of weird.
Yeah,
But
sun umbrella. A sun umbrella.
So yeah, not too long after a young girl in a dress that is obviously only clean because she just put it on and will not be clean much longer. You have confidence. You know this girl. Her name's Amelia. She's one of the pages.
Right.
Comes running up and she's like, because she has never seen anything like any of you except you two.
I mean, I do have a chicken with an eye patch. So.
The chicken does get a second less, only a second or two less than the others, but definitely a few seconds more than you.
Yeah, well, fish face and double vision over here.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And like she seems okay, just weird, but you guys get like a little bit of side eye from the child, and she's like, dinner will be ready shortly. Please follow me to the banquet hall."
Right.
Against my will, I'm set to bid you come to dinner.
Something like
Double
that.
meaning, you know?
And so like she like waits a moment and then turns around and takes like 3 steps and then looks behind her to see whether or not you guys are following.
We follow.
Okay. And then at a measured pace that looks like she is struggling to keep this pace at a consistent speed.
Mm-hmm.
Like she either wants to run or skip or what, you know, there's obvious urges this child is containing and doing a very good job of. Guides you guys over into the banquet hall. You're seated somewhere between the nobles and some of the other like high-ranking officers.
Oh.
So sort of like, you know, you're like, oh, so in the pecking order, you know, this is sort of where you guys sort of rank as far as like in this court.
Got some more, maybe.
No, if I drink any more, it'll put me to sleep.
His
Since Amanda and
penisness.
I are in separate cars, I'm opting. She's probably gonna make me drink hers. So go ahead and polish it off if you like.
All right.
His penisness Ganondorf is not here. He must be back home.
Did you just say penisness?
His penisness, yes.
Yeah.
Because he's the only one born to us.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, they have a male born like every 100 years.
Every
or so.
century. That fucker's not here.
Yeah.
This
It's
guy
like,
tried
great,
to
that
talk
one's
to
a
me.
dick, and then we're not gonna get another one for another century.
We've talked about this, but Eric, go ahead.
This guy tried to talk to me on OkCupid. Me and Jared just left our things on because every once in a while you get a weird message and you're like, nah.
Dude, choose
Jared's like, oh,
that.
this dude that tried to talk to me.
Uh-huh.
This guy messaged me and he's like, oh,
Does he ever show you some real trolls?
Oh yeah.
Oh, good.
Most of the people that look at his profile are dudes because we have it. It shows that like we're in a relationship together.
Oh, so they're like, hey, what's up?
Yeah, so they go look at his profile. But so this guy messaged me to be like, hey, what's up? And his screen name was Man of the Gerudo. And I was like, haha. So I was like, oh, so you're Ganondorf then? And he like didn't get the joke, and I was like, cool, we're not talking. I don't want to talk. Even if I was single, I wouldn't want to talk.
Yeah,
to
how do you fucking
I was
put
like,
that
I
as
don't
your
even
name?
play Zelda, and I know
Yeah.
that.
Well, you are, yeah.
He's like, yeah, I was like, oh, so you're Ganondorf then? He's like, oh, well, I like read a thing one place that said that like they only have a guy in their thing like one every 100 years, and I thought that was kind of weird and funny, and I was like,
Yeah.
that's who Ganondorf.
Yeah. That cherry 7-Up, what's up?
Oh, honey.
It's actually strawberry soda.
But yeah. So that guy was immediately blocked because I ain't got time for that.
Yeah, if you don't even know, like,
What your joke is.
Yeah.
like that info was not incorrect. He just didn't have all of it put together.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah.
There's all these fancy schmancy people around.
Yep. And dinner's pretty tasty. Dinner's real tasty.
Feeling a little underdressed.
Only a little.
And my regular colors.
But it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. You're like, whatever. There's a couple merchants. Like there's this weird old dude who's really skinny and gaunt, and you're like, that's Ingo from Longmont.
Yeah.
He's
Like, I know that guy.
he's Weasley.
He's still
gross.
around.
Don't talk to that guy. He's weird.
Everyone's surprised he's still alive.
All
Yeah.
guys are weird.
I know, but he's like especially weird.
He doesn't die either.
That's odd.
You mean it just
There's an ongoing bet with the guards.
Yeah, there's a death pool for him. Yeah,
whether
man
this is
was
gonna
not
finally
dying.
be the year, but
everyone like pitches in a rupee every year. And it just
it
keeps
never
growing.
comes. The pot is huge.
Yeah, and then of course there's a Goron who's in there naked, so it's like, yeah, if he stands up, you're like, oh, that's what's under the flap. Ooh.
I'm also appropriately naked. I mean,
Yeah.
for my
and so,
race.
Yeah, it's
Wait, you've been naked this whole time?
More or less. Like, I've got bandoliers going like, psh. So it's kind of like, there's nothing there.
Strategically placed.
She's got
band-
modesty cover.
Yeah.
She's
And even
been
then
she's
it's
been
the
in her
scales, so there's
underwear
like
the
a-
entire time.
she's like the Donald Duck.
Yeah.
She's got the like mystique scales.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Modesty scales. Yeah,
Modesty
Yeah, there you go.
scales.
yeah, exactly. And yeah, dinner's fine. A couple of people you guys are sitting near, sort of chit chat. A couple of the other officers, they know Gustav. You guys make your introductions. Like, oh yeah, they're going to be members of the Woodrunners, and one of the counts nearby. You guys chat with a little bit. Desario. He's a younger count, very charming, very good looking. No land. like he owns a plot. He's the count of a plot that's technically not larger than Lon Lon Ranch. Looks like it because there's nothing on it, but you know. But he's cool. He does a lot of like trading and stuff, so he keeps himself pretty well put together. You guys chit chat here and there. Good. End of the night, little dessert, and they start packing up. And most people have cleared out. Do you guys want to leave with like when people start leaving? Do you guys leave? Do you hang out for a little while?
I mean, if
you're gonna
we're
close
not
it down.
gonna do anything until tomorrow, then I really see no business in staying in this very stale environment.
Yeah, I think by the end I'm probably like trying not to yawn.
Yeah.
Others are not succeeding, so that's fine. Yeah, you're. So I guess it's up to Grim to rally everyone and be like, oh well, yeah, ooh, look at the sun. Yeah.
Look at the time.
And so you
Yeah,
guys.
still sort of like skirting around the dude who can't die and just being like,
He looks like he's been in the desert for years, except for the mustache. The mustache is pristine. It is bushy. It is virile.
That's weird.
He laughs sort of creepy.
Yeah. It's sort of a staccato sort of
I'm like, I wonder if you're trying to tell me this to dissuade me?
Hey, if you fall in love
He's
with...
just a strange man.
No, that's fine. And
Is he wearing the ruffles?
Oh yeah.
Collar?
And he does carry himself as if he's the most important person in the room, but obviously he's not.
Yeah.
No one treats him that way at all.
So strange.
Yeah, that's weird.
We like to collect odd things.
I could put you in a bottle.
Like a Poe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, let me out.
No.
Quiet, mortal.
That's right.
Like what Link does to fairies all the time.
I just like blushed a little bit. So I'm like, oh.
It's like, oh hey, a fairy fountain. Let me put those in the bottle. My family.
Not anymore.
For the greater good.
Right.
Fucking chomping them into like
Who is
apples.
having that conversation? It's like, so does he eat them or?
He soaks them.
Because you can catch them with your hook shot.
Yeah. Stab.
So, yeah, you guys head back into town. You guys have to take one of the servants' exits because the drawbridge has been put up. It's some 2x4s that are laid over the moat. And,
Nice.
You guys make it back out through the pathways back into town proper, and Gustav leads you to his humble abode. What's it look like? Where is it?
So imagine it's out of the way, like off of the town squares in one of the side alleys.
In Old Town, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's kind of like a It's a 2-story abode. There's like a little side building with a forge in it, and
Are you okay?
You okay?
Yeah, that didn't sound okay.
Is that a goofy noise?
There was a bit of a whimper. If you didn't catch that, Jesus.
The sound of things crashing.
Tony's building a shed out there.
Is that what they call it these days?
It was quite enough that my brain replaced it with.
Don't mind us. We'll just be doing running commentary over strange noises.
Yeah, so it's just like a regular size, like 2-story home. There's like a bunch of bedrooms on the second floor. First floor has like a kitchen and a little dining area, and there's like a commons area.
So we're gonna like meet your wife or something?
No, you're not.
I don't know. You've just got a big place. You must have other relatives here or something.
Not really, no.
Is having one of these faces like, I think this is one of those moments where it's rude to ask.
And yeah, there's a little like side building that looks kind of like a shed. It's connected to the house. There's like a forge in there,
There's
and
a sturdy chimney.
Yeah.
I'm all like, now it just looks like one of your Skyrim houses. I'm just imagining with their armory on one side.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
I remember when I used to fit into that armor.
Right.
Not anymore.
It's
Also
not
got too
huge, but
big.
it's cozy.
Right.
And does your quote unquote granddaughter greet you guys at the door, or
Yeah, sure. She'd probably be out there.
this is sort of your realm, so like, you know.
Yeah, she'd probably be down or in the shop. She usually does leather working. She sells that stuff in town, so she'd probably be in the shop. So Grim would lead everybody in the house. Make yourself at home. There's chairs, tables. We can break out some drinks.
You don't receive people often, do you?
It's very
Not
tiny.
too much. Yeah, no, it's not. There's plenty of bedrooms upstairs.
There is definitely a woman who lives here, and that's good.
Yes, yes. Does the thing where she's sort of like, okay, yeah. Sturdy.
Grim peeks his head. There's a little side door that seems to connect to that little workshop on the side. So just creaks the door open and just yells in there. Hey, Alpha!
That's right. There you go.
Wash your hands and come in here. We got
I'm
guests.
sorry, what is her name?
Alpha.
Alpha. Like,
OPHA.
Alpha.
Have drinks somewhere around. 1 second. Just drop the axe close to the workshop and start like wrestling with armor.
Does the thing where she pulls up her broom again, which is sort of
Right.
it's
Also, if it's not hot, warm the forge up. We got a little side project here, and I dropped like the
your
blue
new.
chair. I'm gonna look at that tonight before I go to bed.
Yes.
So, if no one else has any goodies they want to explore or RP in this situation, you get the Final Fantasy tavern music, and then the screen comes back up the next day.
All right. Yeah, I just like called dibs on a room, like the most comfortable one that I could see.
You all sort of get up and go about your morning ablutions as best you can in this environment.
Needed extra blankets.
Yeah.
It's so cold.
There's a couple of guest rooms up there that probably have like double beds. There's a master's bedroom. If somebody
I feel
wants
like
to
you
room
guys might
alone.
have tried to sleep on the roof because all the walls were weird.
Yeah.
But then it was
Yeah.
too fucking cold,
So
so
we
you came back inside.
Also, the forge is running, so it's like we can drop a couple cots
Yeah,
in the
it's like-
forge. if you want to see
Curled up in the
something.
workshop.
Like, in the fucking crucible, just like
Trying to climb into the fire.
Just step in there and like break into a sweat immediately. And you're just like,
boom.
I spend like 2 hours in a tub at some point just
Yeah.
because.
Yeah, Ofa's super entertained by your friends.
right. I feel it's like a wooden tub. Like it's basically just like a long barrel.
No, it's a trough.
Right.
Whatever, as long as I can water in it
As
and
long
lie
as you get
there.
up early to.
And it's
Just
probably
open it.
Just
huge.
let everyone know what time
So
it
your
is.
bathroom
That's
smells like
out to
fish
your
right now
business.
because I've been there.
Right.
And I
Well,
left
right,
my
right
room
next to the
up.
shop. You know, I'm sure there's
The
a
bath
garden
is
or whatever.
huge.
All right, well, I like that. I almost
know,
fall
keep
asleep in
packing.
there.
Because it needs to fit Graham.
I saw chickens around the corner when I was
Alright.
going to pick her up. I was like, they got chickens. Middle of Midtown. Some bitch.
Right.
So yeah, she keeps calling them your friends, and you're like, they're my co-workers.
Yeah.
After awkward anime breakfast morning, you can write your own fanfics.
Yes.
You guys all gear in. Oh yeah, that fucking brooch, magic.
Right.
Because it is like all you need to do is just tack, and it had like full seam, super fucking sturdy. You're like, I need to find more, whatever the fuck this
Right.
is. This is yeah.
This is great.
All that magic shit, it's always great. Yeah.
Right.
And you're like, click, clack, 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 click, click, clack, 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 and you're like, click, click, clack, 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 clack. And
Yeah.
you're like, oh yeah. And then you're like,
For those of you who are sleeping, this is probably what you hear right before breakfast. It's just a bunch of that
Yeah.
clanging
Plate armor.
back and forth.
Clang, 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 clang.
clacking against itself.
Basil was asleep downstairs.
I'm just like, morning bath now.
They're all looking like heights.
You do feel super awkward and super naked though, because it's just the brooch,
Right.
and you're like, I don't have.
Yeah,
I don't
it's
have
weird.
50 pounds
Right.
of fucking armor on me.
But you move more stealthily.
I can walk so fast.
That's right. Like I don't usually walk fast when I'm not wearing the chest plate, but damn.
That's fine. That will save time at functions.
I have.
I do, but I don't need it.
Then I'm
It's
gonna
fine.
eat it.
Okay, go for it. It's good.
It'll be useful at functions. I can put the brooch like
What is that?
around the cloak. It's like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
So you guys,
That's gonna be.
you guys
Oh,
head
okay. I didn't see that it was a big
Yeah.
one. It was
Back
like
on
it
up
was just a sandwich.
to the castle proper, and as soon as
That
you
makes
guys
more sense.
walk through the drawbridge into the castle itself, you see Dak and Link off to the side a little, and Dak is like, "Yeah, no, yeah, it's fine. I mean, they all came back alive. It's great." and Dak's like,
Yeah.
"Speak of the devils," and Link also is like,
it's just like
and Dak's like, "Cool, let's
Come on.
let's get started then." And Link nods and starts walking, obviously intending for you to follow them.
I'm just like, how do they have a conversation with just Luke and someone else? How
You
does that
said
even work?
Well, obviously they were talking about it beforehand, and Dak was talking, and then
Yeah.
you guys walked up. So
We
and
just
Dak
didn't hear
noticed
it.
you because he saw you come in. Link had his back to you guys. You guys are weird. I don't know what your hang up is. Anyway.
Link is the tree in the woods.
It makes no sound.
Well, we're there though. Apparently.
Yeah.
So you follow, and we're the weird ones.
Right.
Says the woman with the chicken with an eye patch. Says the boy
Man,
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
with the
With the female
With
chicken
the
with an
eye
eye patch.
Yeah.
I am a boy.
Says
The
the
chicken is a girl.
Hylian with a chicken with an eye patch. A
Yeah.
cuckoo with an eye patch.
So they.
Practice the
Right.
gender
Oh, yeah.
neutral
Man,
things.
Man.
I am a man. So you guys, Dak and Link just start winding their way through parts of the castle. You guys following along. Between Link and Gustav, you get some second, third glances,
Mhm.
but between the two of them, it appears that someone has full run of the castle, whether it's Link or Gustav or Dak. Gustav, you're like, it's probably Link, maybe Dak. Weird. You start heading subterranean.
Why do we always end up underground? Ooh,
And you guys,
thank you.
you know that you're getting into like the deeper, like rough-hewn areas,
Right.
that you often put younger, sort of shaggy, sort of easily, you're sort of easily.
You'll be
swooped,
fine. It's a little bit of a
recruits.
rite of passage to come down here.
And you tell them, and then you assign them a guard down there for a night.
Don't understand why
Just
you
to-
have so many places where the sun doesn't shine.
That's what she said.
I don't have a good answer for you. It does seem that
I feel like I just keep trying to.
it does seem that my people like
this
to
one.
burrow underground. Also, don't worry, young Basil. You just faced the champion of undeath.
Yeah, I just don't like tight spaces.
So you guys come into a slightly larger chamber, but it's obviously a cave. There's no pretense about it. It's rough hewn, and there's a couple like croppings of growth. They're like green leaves with this like fat black bulb and like sort of gold bloom stems, pistils, whatever the little things. Yeah. And there's like a few of those around the corners.
I was doing it. I was doing it.
What?
It gets its lusty dust. It gets its lusty dust onto the stigma.
Yes. And the result is explosive, but you might not know that because no one's cared to roll any sort of check.
I don't have any set.
So
Knowledge of
whatever.
nature,
You can
right?
do whatever. I don't care. Like, be like, I wanna do this thing to try and figure out if I know this thing in character, or whatever.
Tony,
Alright.
Tony
You guys-
just
Can we roll dungeoneering? Does that? do
Yeah,
anything?
sure, why not?
Tony.
You just
gave-
tell me what you want, or
Love
what you are trying to bullshit me with.
Untrained 7 knowledge nature. The fuck is that noise? Why is
It's
it
on the
growing in
ground.
the ground?
We're on the ground.
That's a
15.
flower. It's gross. Those don't grow in the desert unless it's on a cactus.
Well, 15 knowledge nature.
That's a bomb flower.
Don't
They're
touch it.
they're a motherfucker to pick.
Yeah, don't just do yourself a favor. Don't touch it.
Yeah, and yeah, so you know that,
Anything that can grow in the darkness is
that after a while it'll
It's not
combust
correct.
and can take an arm off.
They explode.
That's
it
weird.
makes sense.
Not on their own, but you know.
If you pluck them, yes.
Shifts places and puts.
So you guys walk into the proper center of this cavern, and Dak looks at Link, and he goes, "Oh," and Link goes, "Yeah."
Did he say yeah?
Yeah, he says yeah. And so Dak goes,
Has a voice.
we need to follow him in order to get to the Sky Temple. Link pulls out a little ocarina and taps out a light, airy, flighty tune, and then he subtly shimmers into iridescent light and flicks up through the ceiling.
Okay.
This happens.
I have a bad feeling.
That goes, so I don't know how to do that.
I could swing through Earth, but maybe not like that.
So you might want to step away from the center of the room because there is the other way. And he walks over to one of these fucking flowers and he like sets and he's like, "Ugh," and he pulls out the flower and you know you got like 8 seconds. Red, 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 red. And when it gets to about that 3-second mark, he sets it dead square in the center of the floor, and he steps back and sort of like leans. Red,
All
red,
right.
pop. The floor, dust, dirt, all over. Right? There's no dirt underneath where the explosion went off. There is blue, clear sky with wispy clouds, and he goes, "Gotta have faith." and he steps off into the fucking nothingness.
I knew it.
Into the sky.
Is this guy under the ground?
Yes. As you look down, you see him free falling. You cannot see ground in this skyscape.
Dude, I straight
anywhere.
up just jump in there. I think that's what I would do.
All right, you jump in.
Yeah.
Brooms.
She fucking
Cheers.
Good.
jumps down. As you start free falling, you've jumped off some cliffs. Falling, you do falling fine. So you know how to like.
I mean, to be fair, I actually have feather fall,
Yeah.
so I'm
You know
a
how
little
to
less
like.
scared.
You know
than
how to
most
like
people would be.
spread out or slide in to adjust ratios. You notice. I mean, obviously, there's a lot more wind than you're used to,
Yeah.
but it feels like it's guiding. You two, similar effect as you guys start.
Gracefully following.
Gracefully following on your brooms. So usually the winds of the desert buffet, and you can tell the direction of the wind even if it's kind of cross. This one has a very definite
Total.
direction, and it's not filtering you down. It's almost there's a very strong updraft that you have to like fight to get through. Who hasn't jumped?
Well, it's just the three of us now.
2.
Chicken.
I point to Neural.
Neural is actually like.
Neural doesn't
Like,
like
sort of like-
heights. He's a bird that can't fly.
That's right. That's right. Neural is freaking the fuck out.
Well, give her a second eye patch. She'll never know.
You notice that parts of the floor are starting to
Reform.
Yeah.
it's sort of like healing itself. So you got a bunch of distance. You got
Right.
a little time to decide.
Yeah, like you hear my voice going,
Is there anything we can do to help Neural?
Slide the eye patch over this.
What do
You put a second one
I
on.
just think it's fun.
When I have a cloak, I can just like put this wrapper in my cloak.
Right.
You're like, here, you won't be able to tell what's happening.
You're gonna
it's
chicken in a
fine.
blanket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wrap her up and like.
All right. You first. I will
That
follow.
was a man of bravery there. Go ahead, kid.
He just kind of closes his eyes and just kind of.
Falls the fuck
Yeah,
off.
just
Yeah.
steps
I yell, "Good man!"
If that
and then I
asshole Dak
jump.
can do it, I could do it too.
Yep.
I'm a man.
As Basil jumped, I just yell, "Good man!" into the hole, and then I jump too.
Just the whole way down. It's like,
So you all feel these winds buffet,
Feathers.
and as you fall farther, the drafts seem to have purpose. And get them in your cleavage or don't do it at all.
Seamless.
Uh,
I imagine Neural, you know, like in the game when you grab a chicken and you jump with them and you just freak the fuck out and you get feathers everywhere. This is what I imagine.
Yeah,
This is
you
feathers
have a
flying
trail.
everywhere.
it's
I mean, she's in the
glorious.
cloak, but she's still like,
Yeah,
it's for your own good.
That's right. The wind cradles you, and when you start to feel like the air currents are keeping you from fucking plummeting into view, you see this like structure below, but still no ground. Like it's the Matrix, you know, clear white, only it's sky with this building that's getting closer and closer and closer, and it's like an entire complex.
Wow.
Int checks, wisdom checks, knowledge, nobility, knowledge, religion, knowledge, history,
I'll
knowledge.
try nobility.
Oh gosh. I rolled an 8 on my in roll.
15 nobility.
That's one of them gross human cities. What?
15 nobility.
That's a temple.
26
Huh.
Arcana.
That's a temple.
28 intelligence. 'Cause,
Oh, just add the modifier.
oh,
All right.
well then 17.
There you go. That's a temple.
I don't know which one.
And as it gets closer and closer and closer, you're like, that's a little too fast. That's a little too fast. Oh, that's not that fast. Okay, it's not that fast. The wind again, you're having to struggle against it a little, but you can tell that it's guiding at a very safe velocity. So you kind of like ease up on your throttle,
This
and it
is
just sort of
super awesome.
it is really fucking rad.
I'm like thrill seeking. Like this is my thing.
doing barrel rolls.
Yeah.
It's great. And
Basil is like in the
as
With
this
the chicken
temple
that's having a real bad time.
reveals itself from your descent, again, clouds, just fucking clouds. There can make it around far below. And
All of these statements made sense now.
this temple, the winds are sort of focusing you into one wide area. It basically looks like a large helipad. And it's a little raised area with a large Triforce on it. And the winds sort of swirl you all about 5 feet off the ground and then drops you, so you kind of have to make that last little landing on your own. Dak standing there off to the side, sort of waiting. Reflex saves, unless you have a boom, then I guess just a fly check.
17.
3 point.
16.
14.
18. 13.
So she like hovers down, and you're like skid. You two, you're a little like chicken. Me, okay. We're all okay. Gustav, you're like rappel drop. You're like pop.
It's like, this is so much easier.
Yeah. It's like, when there's no ropes, this is great.
And no armor.
That
This
was
is-
amazing.
Takes the cloak off the chicken.
And then Neural is like suddenly, oh, okay, we're fine. As long as she doesn't look off an edge,
Right.
she's fine.
Nero's gonna have PTSD from that experience.
At that moment, you all also notice standing next to Dak a giant bird person.
Wouldn't that have been a riding check?
Yeah, because you're riding the broom.
Yeah,
not,
then I would have had a 26.
Yeah, no, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, that would have been a ride check. That's why I didn't give myself any ranks in fly, because
Because
I'm riding a
flying
broom, yeah.
Yeah.
So the giant bird
There's a giant bird person who
you should
says,
switch.
"Ooh, welcome to the Sky Temple."
This
In the
is
ground.
awesome. That whole way down. That's
No.
like you can pay rupees to like
That's
do that. Everyone would love that.
You're actually above the castle. Jack's like,
There's
yeah.
people below. I'm trying to
we
hold that
have
in.
no idea how that works. We're still trying to figure it out. But yes, if you want to look, and he like sort of points towards the edge, you can see way down there. And he actually gets like right at the edge. There's Castle Town, there's Lone Lon Ranch, and it's beautiful. Come on over.
I totally come
Yeah,
on.
And,
no
and
problem
the
with
bird
that.
sort of like
Yeah, no, you,
waddle
you
hops.
can stay.
And he's like, oh no, it's beautiful. I mean,
Skirt.
And he's like,
Getting
he's
goosebumps.
like, I mean, you are equipped to woo with certain things that allow you to enjoy light the same as I. It's rare I get to be.
Once again, just
She's just trying to fly back up the way
yeah.
they
Okay,
came.
I
It's like,
thought thanks.
I'm
Bye.
out of here, guys.
It's rare that I get to meet.
You didn't tell me that was talking words. I'm fucking done. I'm out. I'm not
You
part of
said
this
the
anymore.
owl man wasn't coming back.
And you gave me
This
a
was
number.
on the contract.
No, and the owl is a proper owl. This is an owl. This is a bird man,
Yep,
much
no.
like she is a fish woman.
No.
It's two things that she doesn't like:
Yeah, exactly.
birds and men.
Once again, just picks up a video.
You are all the
No, you can talk.
You're a bird, also. I'm
Talk
sure
to
you
my
run
sister.
weird.
He's like, it's so rare to find someone from the castle
Yep.
who can also enjoy the thrill of flight.
Mm-hmm.
They're all just kind of like.
Just
At this point, I'm sure he does it on purpose.
And so,
Did you bring drinks? Did we bring? Do I have something? I can't be sober for this shit.
and so he's like, oh, I'm sorry. Introductions, right.
Oh, excuse me.
He says, I am Baruru Lorulu.
All right, yeah, sure.
Baruru Lorulu.
Just make an ooh sound for about like 15 seconds.
Just motorboat the air.
Well, I'm Rolenta.
Glad to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, brother.
Oh, please, just Baruru.
All right.
You sort of get the impression that the first name is Burroroo, and the last name is Luroolu.
I'm not spelling it like that. I'm
spelling it
Jack's like, I call him Burr for short,
Everybody probably has different
All right.
spellings.
and he's like, you do. It's fun.
You can see it in my mind.
Never mind. Neural is not the one with PTSD.
He actually squats down next to Neural. He goes, "What's your name?" Neural. And the bird goes, ah, or Neural's like, what? And
It speaks a demon language.
and Bird's like, a pleasure to meet you.
I'm very uncomfortable.
Finally, you agree on something.
She won't tell you, but this is Aurelia. And I'm here.
Pleasant. Lovely.
My name is Basil.
Excellent.
You've met me.
Yes.
There we meet Barulu.
Barulu.
The Birdman. No fucking thank you.
Hey, I was a Birdman also.
The Birdman.
And so,
I'm
teach me one
Gustav.
stuff, Birdman. Nope.
Pleasure.
Birdman. Turning it loud.
Like this.
Like this, yep.
And so he goes, so I take it you are going to be new members of the Bombers.
So we're told. Yep.
At
And
this,
to be fair, we were told we would be wood runners.
Oh,
What's a bomber?
Dak goes,
But there was a bomb on our coin.
and that is
Yeah,
why,
Speaking
that was
to
never,
you.
that was never properly explained.
and that is why you were here, to be properly inducted into the members, into the Hyrule Bomber Society of Justice.
so wait. Okay.
Did we
so,
get jackets?
Is there a private place we can speak?
so
You
are we
embroider
both these
jackets.
Jackson? Wood
He's
Like members
if you even
only.
mention that, he's like, that's what the coins are. As the Bombers is a secret society, so the jackets would be a little less secret.
Oh. that's
So
not
these-
fun.
I'm not being racist. I just.
Are we to assume that these act like badges?
Species.
Yes.
Okay, so
It
we're
was like
publicly-
the White Lotus. We just show our coin places and we get this shit.
That's right.
It looks like it could eat my soul.
So as you're talking,
Maybe it
It's
already
possible.
has.
out of one of the like Greek, Roman columns,
Portico?
the
Cave.
Athens, the
Parthenon?
thing, sort of a Parthenon.
I mean, it's just a temple. The Parthenon is that specific one.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
there's like another term for when it's just like a covered area, and it's columns. You know what I mean?
A lot of
Maybe it is a portico. Anyway, yeah, out of these columns of this area outside of the helipad, if you will,
Yeah, there we go.
starts walking Zelda, Link, and a Gerudo woman,
Do we know her?
as well as a gentleman around the same age as Link, blonde hair, a little pudgy, but definitely moves like he's in charge of something. Yeah, make an id check to see if you recognize this one.
Is she hot?
Yeah,
I mean, she's
Right.
a Gerudo.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
14.
the only ones who aren't really hot are those that dedicate themselves to monasticism and study and age with their inactive lifestyle.
Yeah, kind of weird. Not looking forward to that at
Uh,
all.
Well, I ogle a little bit.
Oh, there's plenty to ogle. There is
Straight check.
wind a flapping, and she ain't
Straight
wearing
check.
much.
So- Once
Um,
again, I am smarter than my sister. 14.
you got a 14?
She got a 7.
She's one of them bitches who lives in the fortress. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
She's probably got the same kind of name as this fucker.
This shithead over here. No.
What did you get?
7.
That's a what?
7.
You got a 7. You're like, she's a Gerudo.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a girl. Definitely not magic.
Right.
Probably.
Cuds.
And he goes, here comes a few of the other members. Let's get to the rest of it.
Alrighty.
Burr kind of brings up the rear, sort of corvid waddling behind you guys.
Skirts really fast in front.
Yeah. The blonde guy. Oh fuck! Forgot his name.
Grim is kind of puzzled by this. It's like, I haven't been in the desert much. Maybe birds affect them, but it doesn't seem to affect them both.
It's only 1 out of 3 now. There's 3 Gerudo here, and
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, 1 second. I gotta ask the internet what this guy's fucking name was because I didn't write it down because I'm dumb.
You are a dumb.
Yeah.
But she did look familiar to me.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
God damn it.
He's doing that. I am full of liquids.
Jim.
His name is Jim.
So he goes, "Ha! You're the new bombers. I'm Jim."
you're Jim.
Yeah.
I'm Rolenta.
Tim.
He looks really familiar.
Yeah?
Like you think you've seen this guy before, but
Is it Jim just spelled like normal?
Would it be
Jim.
knowledge
feel
and
free-
ability or
so just an in check.
in check?
Anyway, he's a Hyrulean guy or Hylian guy, right?
Yeah,
Never
like,
mind.
yeah, like he's a human alien.
I rolled 5. It's like,
Roll a 10.
Yeah, you're like, I mean, maybe that's just because he's the normal.
Jim?
He's the first normal fucking human.
Jim.
being you've known.
why do I know a Jim?
I mean, I know.
I mean, yeah, you know a few Jims.
Yeah.
He's not one of the ones you know.
Right.
It's just,
These are the Jims I know.
Yeah, yeah.
This guy's the weirdest guy in this entire group.
He's not Jim from the unit, but I know his face.
yeah.
Somehow this man becomes the most puzzling member.
Yeah,
Ah,
exactly.
yeah, nice.
Meanwhile, Link is like, yes,
And so,
not under scrutiny anymore.
he comes up and he's putting out his hand to whomever will shake it, and he's like, yeah. So Jim, so Basil, right? Everyone's whoever will shake hands with him. Neural, it's adorable. Does it like talk? Is it magic?
No.
Oh,
Nothing.
just a rad cuckoo. Nice.
It's new.
Oh,
It's fashion.
I'm sorry?
It does a, no. Her eyesight's fine. It does a thing. It goes with the thing.
oh, that's
It's
rad.
a thing.
Nice. Well, of course, because you guys are joining up. Awesome. Cool. So
Good old Jim.
yeah, he's
Good
like,
old
so
Jim.
let me get right down to it. I founded the Bomber Society for Justice back in Termina years ago when I was a kid. And Link here came through when we were both still kids, did a bunch of good work for us while we were there, saved Termina. No one will admit it. It's super weird. But we kept in touch through the years, and we're like, no, we should keep this going because we kind of got a thing going back home, and we're like, hey, this works really well here. Let's bring it to other lands, help keep moving it forward. And fucking Sky Fortress. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Headquarters,
I
that's
agree.
what's up.
This is
Thank
great.
you. Thank you. Like, Zelda is demure smile. Link's like, yeah, every time with the fucking Sky Fortress. He doesn't say that, but he's sort of like nodding along like he's heard this before. And and Jim's like, so coins, and he pulls out his own. His is a bit worn, like it's seen some shit. He's like, so that's your proof. If you ever in a weird land or anything, and you're looking for some help with someone, if you think they might be in, ask him if there's been any hornets nearby recently. And then usually, if they're a member, they'll flash the coins so you can confirm. So if anyone else ever asks you, hey, have you seen any hornets nearby? Be like, I heard there were some bombers, or flash the coin.
Well, what
And
if
that
they're
should be
honestly just asking if there's hornets?
That's why you ask the bombers thing, and they'll look confused and not show you a coin, and you know not to show them the coin.
Okay.
It's not a perfect system, you get it, but it's like never come up.
So wait, so you ask if
You've
there's
never
hornets
met us
nearby.
before.
Ask
Of
if there's
course,
hornets
Basil would
nearby,
ask,
and
what if
then
you're in a real hornet
bombers?
emergency?
Yeah, but you guys all seem super competent. I mean, you've got a badass cuckoo, and you guys flew in from the thing. Like, I had to get a ride up. Have you ever ridden one of these guys? Burr here, he's a badass. And Burr's like, he's like, I'm stuck here until he takes me back home. It's great. It's pretty cool though. They got like sky food. It's the weirdest thing. Have you ever seen a plant grow off of a cloud? Fucking amazing. Love it.
Sounds new.
I like it here.
So highly irregular. Makes me miss the books.
Basil is just confused by his enthusiasm.
Dak's like, so there's some layers, as we mentioned previously. Officially in Hyrule, you guys are woodrunners. We're actually going to do an assignment on that after we're done here today to properly incorporate you guys into the unit so that should it ever come up, should you ever need to, you are properly inducted woodrunners in the technical sense and in the official sense.
Okay.
So that's how you'll be operating around Hyrule as a unit, as a group with authority to operate. The bombers, of course, secret society. That'll help for those of us who are working towards a greater good of the general world. That sort of thing. And then we're pretty confident there's another factor. I'll let Link or Zelda explain. Hey Jim, let's go get a drink. Fuck yeah, drink. He's like, come on, Dak, I'll drink your ass into the table, you fucking pansy.
This dude is having the time of his life.
And Burr sort of like, I might join them. And he sort of walks away.
I mean, that sounds interesting, but I think I need to know what over here. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a third layer, which is never a good sign.
So Zelda and Link both sort of step a little closer, and Zelda goes, as you might imagine, there's a reason why Kipora Gabora spoke to you all, as well as Link, as well as me, but have not been a common thread with other individuals you've talked to so far. She pulls out her own ocarina, this one starch bone white, and plays Zelda's Lullaby. You've actually heard this a couple times coming from the castle.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. None of the rest of you have ever really heard this song. You just like it's haunting. You're like, that's that fucking song.
Yeah,
Jesus,
calming tune all the time.
Yeah. And you all feel a little pulse at the back of your palm, at the back of your hand. And if you look down, there's a little glow that matches the bird on the coin. Just an inverse Hylian hawk.
Did you implant something in our bodies?
Link goes, and and Zelda also does the hand lash. She's like, no. And as she pulls her hand away, she goes, we have them as well. Only her and Link have the Triforce. Hers glows at the left and his glows at the right. She goes, we are marked, or sorry, no. The separate pieces don't glow, it all glows. Fucking up my own canon.
Yep.
Right. So all three glow. About the same light as your own hawk.
So it's on the right hand or left hand?
Left. And she goes,
Does it glow on Neural wing too?
you don't check right away. You're like, and it sort of fades off before you can really like.
Oh, that's weird.
You may be able to check later.
It's the downward bird that we have, right?
Yeah. And she goes, we are all
Somewhere
marked
in the middle.
by fate, by destiny, by the goddesses. You are champions of Hyrule.
That's what this. What
Everyone
is?
just
No, I'm like, yeah, I'm the heroine. This is
right
right
here.
in my alley.
Oh, this year.
Well, Grim is just like,
I
there's a
just
lot of
wanted to be a
responsibility.
merchant.
this means-
This
No,
is what I
pay
live for.
raises. That means more rank. That means more responsibility.
Yeah.
I don't have to put up with this shit.
What's gonna happen?
Let me make sure I'm getting this right.
Grim is kind of lost in thought for a second. He's basically like, I'm not gonna name a replacement. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna be
she-
around the castle as often.
She goes, you are champions of time.
Champions of time. Does that mean we're gonna time travel?
Hopefully not. I'm not going to say no because I don't know what the future holds, but I've seen different versions of it. And so far, I only know of one who's traveled through time repeatedly successfully. And Link sort of nods and gets like the 1,000-yard stare.
Wow,
And
that's pretty cool. I have more respect now.
Link's like, eh. And Zelda's like, so we're hoping to avoid that. But due to your lineage, each of yours, you are technically family, but more importantly, all of us are bound to help preserve this world.
We're family. That sounds kind of weird. Like,
There
wow.
are some perks. She
From a
starts.
society of all women.
She
Yeah,
Hasn't been a century yet.
right.
It does have some neat perks. Link and Zelda start walking back out towards the helipad. You also notice that there's this gross, old-looking owl statue.
Sorry, she's just like, no! Wild owls!
It's
Like
got
this
a,
place is bad juju.
it's got a wooden like narrow squared base with like a bulbous owl body and a little head and the wings outstretched. And there's an inscription on it that says, you know, he who has the wings of fate can fly to this point wherever they so choose. Something like that, I forget exactly. And Link sort of leans on it and he says, we have the ability to travel to any point with that symbol, and I have the ability to travel to any of these. You most likely have the ability to travel to either once you've been.
So you mean like this weird owl statue? And what's the other symbol?
The Triforce.
Ah,
He indicates to the helipad where you landed.
okay, I got it. Yeah.
Oh, for quick travel. I get it.
He goes, not so many of these in Hyrule. He points at the elf. Few of those. And so he pulls out the ocarina and he toots out a note and he points at you and says, "Da," and toots out, "Da."
Da,
Da.
da.
And he looks over at Gustav. Da.
I imagine just having like a round.
Yeah.
And then he looks at you. Da. And then he looks over at Hyrule.
Hyrule.
Hyrule. Da. Da. Da.
Da,
And then he toots along.
da,
Da.
da.
And you all like feel this
Oh, we're gonna have to
crazy
do this
tug.
every time.
This yeah, it's like you can resist it and it passes after half a moment. And he goes, "Good. Don't resist it. You'll come right back here." And he toots out again.
Da,
Da.
da.
And you all hear it in your head as a full refrain of da 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 da. And you give into it, and suddenly you all feel that same energy that you noticed when he transported, and you are all suddenly standing at different points on the Triforce in the middle of the helipad, and you're now a few yards from where you were standing an instant ago. And he goes, and he puts away the ocarina. And Zelda goes, "Now you have additional means. You know your purpose. And when you're ready, in 3 days' time, your first assignment will be with Dad." Oh, sorry. The Gerudo girl also went off with them. She wasn't here for this conversation.
Go cycle with my people.
We don't even have a name for her yet, right?
So,
No, not yet.
Alright.
And she goes, "Any questions at all, I will try to answer them."
Oh, several.
What is happening here? What is
I think we've just become total heroes that are going to save the world, and that's amazing.
Can I say no? Is that a thing?
Neural headbutts you.
What?
Feathers on hips.
saying
Points at eye patch.
teleported from one side of the field back to the Triforce symbol on the floor.
yeah, we can teleport now.
The ocarina.
But,
do we have to
so-
do the thing every time though?
yes. So now we have to be used to sing with each other.
So we all have to sing together.
Yay.
We're done.
No, it's dot dot.
You're the higher tone.
Da, 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 da.
Oh, these are thick.
Yeah, I was supposed to be with your friend.
Huh?
You sure you're the same?
Yeah.
You need to change
Or tablet by mouth.
Oh.
Where did you feel that?
It's over on the counter. Yeah. I mean, there might just be more like sugar or whatever.
It's like water or something on your arm.
Let's wash your hands.
Stop being on your arm, man.
Damn it.
Fuck.
Is it different?
No, it's 5 milligrams of
Methyl something something?
methimazole.
Yes. Okay, it's the same thing.
They're just different looking.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's probably a new
The
manufacturer.
tablets look thicker.
They are thicker.
Okay, they are thicker.
They're
Because normally breaks them with like his finger and he's like having it. So
Look at this clean beast.
Yeah.
Oh,
So clean.
so fluff.
Right.
They shaved her little belly.
Oh
The
yeah.
little nose, yeah. Shaved the little thing right there.
Yeah.
Still kind of right there. I don't know what that's about.
Healing.
So cute with her little like I don't want to be here.
Any word from my medicine?
Yeah, she's tired.
Oh no.
Oh, okay, all done.
Why
all
are-
done.
What happened? We were already special by being twins and having magic. Why is there more?
Now you're a whole
Maybe
new
it's
kind
your
of special.
fault. Yay.
I'm just eating it up. I'm like, yes, this is what I've trained all my life to be.
Well, she's happy and I'm the naysayer, and it's just that's how we survive.
Just how I dragged you in.
We're two sides of the same conscience.
I'm full of crippling anxiety.
Wah, wah.
Why are so many things bird-centric?
I
That
guess.
is a little bit weird.
I guess. And Link's like,
Yeah. Suddenly, like, you are okay as a human being. Or a Hyrulean being.
and so,
Hylian
do you want to, or do you ask again? Do we have to?
No.
Okay.
He resigns himself to his fate. The chicken won't let him know.
There are 3 different places upstairs.
This is the closest one.
There are 6 of us trying to eat whatever. Flip me that bird again, and I will buy another AC unit. I don't give a fuck.
Dare you. I dare you.
Don't dare me.
I will take
You
that
know I
AC.
will.
I will take that AC unit back.
I will watch you try and drag it out of the.
Oh, I will drag it out.
Were you bought one?
No, well we have the little one that I try and keep the house at a reasonable temperature, but I keep being like I need to buy a bigger one for this room, so you
You
know
got something in your arm.
what.
It's a
Oh.
string.
It's a small caterpillar.
And so that's why I was like, there are 2 fans upstairs and 4 different points of airflow up there. And, you know, we're down here trying to eke what cool we can out of the one thing.
So yes.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, guys.
Night, JC.
And so
You know how to she's in bed.
So this is our HQ. So if you ever need anything or need a secure place, that sort of thing, just return here. Burr lives here. He's always ready to attend or assist. Most of us are here fairly often. Jim's sort of posted up here as well. And, you know, there are
Here,
other...
look at. Fuck yeah!
That's
Like
right.
somewhere
Yeah, a
else.
little bit. How the fuck? No fucking way.
Just echo.
Yeah. And then, of course, you know, should you need one of us specifically for anything, we can be contacted fairly quickly and arrive fairly quickly.
Are you in here?
Yes.
All right.
Or
How? We just think, I need you right now. Whoever.
well, you can let Burr know, and then
Okay.
you know, or ascending, that sort of thing.
We at least have one person on the team who's like, none of these are perks.
I've yet to find a redeeming aspect of any of this shenanigans.
So we are just expected to give up our lives as we knew them and continue this way.
Zelda sort of looks downward, like you just told her that she was a terrible person, and that how dare her,
Sad.
how dare she pet puppies, and it's sort of like some of us are born into responsibility and may not realize it initially. However, if you choose not to take this path, that is entirely up to you.
We come as a unit.
Yay.
That's what she said.
We do not work apart, and I cannot break my sister's heart.
Hey.
Link laughs.
Ryman.
We're supposed to rhyme together most often.
And,
I mean, you can say no.
and
Does that
and Zelda
face?
kind of looks a glance at Link like, how dare he?
Wait, you haven't
No,
said
it's
anything.
fine. You can go home.
What do
I'll
you
just
think?
be here.
A little bit.
Well,
I've been turned into a cow, but I go, excuse.
I've spent decades in service, starting to contemplate retirement, but that's an even better prospect.
I was
What
supposed
would-
to retire.
Right? What better way to exit service?
What do you mean, like being heroic champions and saving the world? It's the best thing ever, isn't it?
Well, one last hurrah. I'm not getting any younger, you know.
So
At least we don't have to hang out with the masters anymore.
yes.
For fun.
Oh,
No,
there's one now.
We're gonna go back to them old fucking ladies. Hun.
There's a story there.
On cabbage. So just we never had cabbage. I don't know how.
It doesn't grow in the desert. How are we eating
Why
only
did I just
cabbage?
cabbage? You never had cabbage.
She smelled of nothing we've ever known before.
When we first encountered cabbage, we were like, Grandmama?
Just immediately hit the deck. No,
Not the spoon.
don't
Well,
beat
we'll
me.
have to write home about
It's her.
As you all sort of like take it in, Zelda and Link are both like, Zelda and Link start walking back towards the columns, and Zelda's like, Dak and the rest should be out. Colonnade, thank you.
Yeah.
She's like, Dak and the others should be out shortly. If you guys want to take a little time to acclimate yourself, or if you wish to come inside and join us for some refreshments.
Is it in there?
Link looks back and he's like,
There's some out too.
Trying to give us straight face and talk. Thank you, sister. She sits herself on the steps. I'm not going to fucking there. That's there.
Your hate for this Birdman is so real.
And then Link sort of stops and blows a sharp, piercing whistle into the colonnade. And you hear a "fuck you," and Link just shakes his head. And Zelda's like, "I'll see you guys later." Pulls out her ocarina,
Bye, princess.
toots out
Your Majesty.
Oh, those guys are kind of fun.
toots out the song
It's
of
been something.
tits out.
Sticks her tits out, and I'm immediately
Tits out,
like,
ocarina.
whoa.
I turned away.
Party.
I did not. No. That's
I
not okay.
stare. I'm
Those
just
are
like,
royal
yeah.
boobies. I'm sworn to
I might
protect
go
them
blind, but
forever.
I'm gonna do this.
I served with your dad. This is
Everybody's
not-
got 'em.
None of that is okay.
She toots
Battle
out a
turns
tune
bright red.
that sounds very familiar to at least a couple of you, and shimmers off into pink and white light. If anyone cares to roll for a check on that, then they can.
What are we rolling? I got a 6.
Perform, or knowledge history, or knowledge nobility, or knowledge religion, or just an
I
Choose
draw
nobility,
the
I ain't
because-
got
dice.
none of that shit.
Apparently.
Done
Nope.
there.
That's a
Even
one.
bought no
Isn't it?
dice.
You need Jesus.
Basil's too frazzled.
So none of you have any.
Now.
Frazzled.
I rolled a 6. So
So
it's-
I rolled
Oh,
a
I
one.
know.
You've heard this in town somewhere,
right.
not at.
Oh yeah, I heard that at some point.
I just saw all of us learn how to magically teleport. I don't need to like think about what she just did. And there's a scary bird thing in there.
So a beat later, Link quietly enjoys the moment, and before any of you can really start to get like Link, what do you think? Out come Burr, Dak, the Gerudo woman, Jim. He's like, the fuck do you want, Link? And
If I don't move, maybe he will know I'm here.
and Link's
This is
like,
very different from the castle.
and Link sort of points at the rest of you, and Jim's like, oh, right. So you guys are gonna visit home. Awesome. And
What?
Dak's like, I didn't tell them yet.
What?
And
What do you mean?
and Link starts laughing again. Like
I
this
wasn't
one's like,
planning on going back to Zorland.
and Dak goes,
I'm gonna need there.
3
I have
days
an
time.
inkling.
Our first assignment as Woodrunners, Molly and I, he gestures toward, you can make those rolls again to see if it kicks up anything else, are going to train you as proper Woodrunners.
15.
That was the same, right?
No, one less.
What was,
Can't get over 10 with a roll.
bro, what are you
You
doing?
guys.
What's wrong with your life?
No dice.
Um,
Doesn't matter.
You're
Oh.
like, no, yeah.
Try this one.
Maybe I'm cursed.
Holy fuck.
You rolling that one?
No, she rolled. Well, that one she rolled a 9. This one she rolled an 8.
All night, 6, 7, 8,
So
7, 8, 6, and 8.
So I've heard of a tradition where you roll it out,
Five.
where you just keep rolling it till it starts giving you something above like
Yeah,
a 10,
yeah.
and then stop.
Oh.
So that it's hot, and then that way the next time it should be better. So, but yeah.
I'm just too fast to do everything else.
Jack's like, so we're gonna roll, yeah, as a proper induction, and Jim's like, then you're gonna fucking visit Clocktown. It's gonna be the best. I'm so jealous. Oh man, you guys need to go to the milk bar, right, and have some Romani milk, some Chateau Romani. Burr, can we get Chateau Romani? And he's like, I don't know what that is. It's like, it's milk, but it's not milk. It's like this special milk from these fucking cows that are like weird. You play a song, it's a thing.
Slowly skirting
That's
around your sister.
And Burr's like, that sounds unusual.
I like trying new things. Doesn't anyone like trying new things? I like trying new things.
And
Oh,
Dak's
well,
like,
you
and
guys
Dak's
tried
like,
it.
That comes with a lot of risk.
Yeah, the last new thing I've tried it to be up here is so odd.
and Dak's like,
Basil,
and then
Basil's still flabbergasted. He's like, I don't know. We're gonna be adventurers. What is this?
That's part of the return trip.
This isn't what I signed up
We're gonna bring back the Termina Theater Troupe. And Jim's like, fuck you! You bring back the TTT, you're gonna bring them to Hyrule? Motherfucker! You guys are the best! Oh, you're gonna bring them up here? And Dak's like, no, they're not even like, he's like, oh, fuck, man. Can we go down and see him? Burr, can we go down and see him? And Burr's like, nobody knows we exist. And he's like, fuck, that's right. Oh, damn. It's-
Fucking Jim.
So, he's like, so, to get back, we step into the circle, and we jump real hard to get into the draft, and it'll bring us back down into a little ravine right outside the castle, and it plops us down right there so we can get there safely. So if you ever need to get back here, bomb the floor, fall through the sky, that sort of thing. You
Love
guys should
because
have
that makes sense.
you guys should have access to the castle.
Well, apparently all we have to do is sing
If
together
you
and
ever-
we just show up here.
What?
And Link's like,
Uh,
and Dak's like,
I still need a
Oh.
drink because there's a
oh,
weird
you
bird.
guys get magic shit. I still have to go through the fucking floor. And Jim's like, he still has to go through the fucking floor. And Link's like,
I like the fucking floor.
And Dak's like, it's fine.
Slowly, just sort of like
fine.
trying to
Different.
get away from the bird,
Yeah.
trying to get it where there's a fucking tree.
Why is there so much talk about fucking floors?
Why not?
And Jim's like, wait, so you guys went through a fucking floor?
Yeah.
Dak's like, I've told you this a bunch of times. He's like, that sounds awesome.
It was pretty awesome.
It was not awesome.
Dak, can we go through the fucking floor? And Dak's like, maybe. Yeah, sure.
There's much energy with this one.
So it's like,
It would be so magical.
so Dak's like, so yeah, whenever you guys are ready to go back, I'm gonna go ahead and head out right now. Jim, we gonna go? And Jim's like, fuck yeah, we're gonna go. Let's fucking do this. I'm gonna go through a floor.
Have fun, Jim.
So the
Oh,
two
you're
of
in
them
for a treat, Jim.
start walking over, and Bird's like, I'll see you later to them.
Bye, Maria.
I thought you were doing it all the time.
He's gonna murder that fucking bird.
And Bird's like, why? I live here.
Yeah, this is probably his home.
And we're not allowed to visit the surface world.
You're not. Why not?
Well, not that we're not
It
allowed.
might just be best. Let's go with Dak. Goodbye,
That seems
everyone.
like a-
It was great.
We
Seems
do
like a great idea.
occasionally hunt closer to the surface, but as we're sort of a monastic sect,
Oh.
we stay in the clouds.
Well, that sounds kind of boring.
What
but
do you hunt?
Cloudfish.
Aliens.
No. Small game,
Children.
but we're dominantly
I'm sure.
we're dominantly vegetarian, even though we're omnivorous.
Oh, right. That's the
Sister,
aesthetic
please,
stuff.
may we go?
It's like, how can you be omnivorous if you don't live?
Oh God, thank you.
Basil's
How do
having
you
a
hunt small
conundrum.
game if you don't go to the...
They do occasionally go to ground.
They just
Um,
said they get closer. They didn't say that they go to the...
They go to Mountain
And
Peaks.
earlier, Jim mentioned something about fucking sky plants.
Yeah.
I kicked the John.
Um,
I ate all the green ones. Sorry.
I figured.
Can't leave me alone. Coming.
I saw the post of red ones.
so
I want a
Bird's
red
like,
one. Can I have a red one?
I am at your service. Let me know if you need anything.
Oh, they're called forest ghosts.
And he sort
Yeah,
of
that's fine.
and he sort of does the
I didn't see
the
the
water
bottom
back
of the
into the
name.
colony.
Yep.
leaving Molly. And she goes, my name is Nemoli, but Molly for short. She sort of,
Because these assholes can't pronounce it.
Right.
man,
She got tired of spelling her name.
and she, a little bit, and she sort of like pulls a little leather flap on the side of her vest, and it has the Woodrunner's unit emblem.
Yeah.
And she goes, Woodrunner,
All right.
but there are wasps nearby, and flashes the coin.
I
So-
thought they were hornets.
Sure.
Seems like a forest.
There are undesirable insects nearby.
I mean, that could be any number of things. I feel like we should pick one.
I think it was hornets too.
Hornet
Does
or
the men again?
Well, no, it could be confused.
Isn't it always?
Yeah, a little bit. Hornet, right. Either way, yes, I will be assisting in a few days' time when we make the trek through the Lost Woods. So, I'll see you in a few days.
See you.
And,
Proper salutations.
go ahead and make another check to see if the name
Try real hard, man.
sparked the. This is the last one you get for now, for a little while. Nope.
No, we're out here.
Yep.
8.
Oh.
17.
17.
which is one higher than the highest one I've gotten. Only one of us
Yeah.
at a time.
She-
Be fucking smart.
She's part of the proper like thief cast,
Mm.
and yeah, she's about the same age as you guys. Like
Mm.
it's she yeah, Namoli sounds familiar.
Mhm.
Yeah, she might have bought something. She might have bought some water from you once or twice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But and apparently she's been through the training grounds a few times without getting scathed. So she's
Well done.
pretty solid.
Yeah.
Mm.
She was part of Noburu's sect for a bit, but then left the desert and obviously has found new employment.
That's what she went.
We're heading that way fast.
So as she makes those introductions, you see Jim and Dak standing there in the middle of the platform and sort of like get themselves jacked up and take like a couple little test hops and then just really fucking like standing jump it and like a vortex just
So the wind
get
just picks them
picked
up.
up and swirled off
That looks so fun.
and
Love it.
and you know that this is your fate soon until you learn of some other locations.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Although, yeah, feel free to make any sort of int check, knowledge check that might seem relevant to dungeoneering, religion, history, nobility,
I have
geography.
a 23 knowledge of engineering.
Planes.
14 knowledge geography.
You know, there's one of these on Lake Hylia on that island in the middle. 14 geography. Same. You've been to Lake Hylia, and you're like that same fucking thing's on that island in the middle of Lake Hylia.
So like the Strike Force platform, not
Yeah,
that weird
the
owl.
tri- yeah. You've never seen that weird owl that you know of. Or yeah, you've never seen that weird owl, but you guys have seen that Triforce symbol.
Okay.
In that same on the same sort of platform. Or did you?
I have knowledge planes or arcana. And I've also not really left the desert before, so
Give me Arcana.
nat 20. They're everywhere.
Here's what they are.
There's one exactly off to the side there.
Yeah.
You could go home in an instant.
Wait,
I
we
mean-
don't need different songs.
I mean, you'd have to
Take them with.
you'd have to take them all with you because you need the rest of them to
Sing their
perform
song.
the song. But nonetheless,
So like going to a desert land with a bunch of hot women around, I'm okay with that, but
I got 19 dungeoneering.
I'm gonna say you definitely know there's one of these in the Temple of Time.
Mm.
Right there, dead center. It's covered by a bunch of pews and whatever, but you're like, hey, if nighttime kicks in, we can pour it right in.
Right.
Nice.
Sure.
Nice. Or we can do it right now and not give a fuck and be like, we appear magically, what are you gonna fucking do about it?
Go back to your prayers.
Well, I beer
also-
magic, so I mean,
You also know that there's one in the graveyard in Pepperco Village,
Gotcha.
because you've been up there a few times. And you know there's one in Lake Hylia, because you've been out there as well. Yeah.
a lot of these about, guys. Okay, well, great. Thanks, Link.
Oh, there's. Oh, yeah. Link actually wandered off a little while ago.
Cool beans, bye.
Okay, thanks,
yeah,
bye.
we can leave now. I think I'm all excited out now. He's a drink or something.
Yeah.
So you guys, are you going to port out? Are you going to take the wind tunnel, or?
Well,
So between us,
How do we pick which port to go to?
We just have to think about it.
Don't we just want to go back to our current house?
Yes, but that one's in a public situation, and if we show up to it right now, there
I
might
know, but we can only teleport to these things.
Yes, and so that thing that is close to his home is
No,
a
I know, but if we take the wind tunnel, it just drops us right outside the castle.
Yes.
Yes.
So that's not. That's what I'm saying though. We just want to go back to his house.
yes.
So if we try and teleport, it's going to take us somewhere far away.
Yeah.
So why would we do that?
Sounds
Temple
sounds
of
good to
time
me.
is
I just go
closing up,
jump.
but-
That was like the
Well,
temple
I
of
was
time
talking.
is there. So
Yeah, but it's daytime still.
Yeah.
That's
So
what I
while
was
you're
saying.
like, yeah, no, equidistant, but not a good op. Yeah, Relenta just fucking
Jumped
Yeah,
into the
I was like,
window.
woohoo!
into the sky and get whipped up, and you're like, I guess, yeah, the wind tunnel would make the most sense. So
all right,
Alright.
come, sister, let's go. And then we hop on our brooms.
Eventually, we won't need to do this anymore.
So the wind tunnel picks you up, and you feel those same currents sort of grab and whip you around, and then in a gentle arc, the world is laid out below you after mere moments, and you're coming down very fast, very fast, very fast, much too fast. No, no, no. And then you see the castle, and suddenly less fast, much less fast. And the castle is obscured by a hill as you're deposited into a small gully between two hills that are off to the west of the castle. Gustav, you're familiar with these crevasses. They're patrolled often, but only mostly to keep vagrants and unruly recruits from taking refuge.
Right.
Because you can only go through. You guys know all these gullies, and they are all dead ends.
Right.
They all come out at the castle. And you're like, oh yes, I too once as a young recruit drank in this very gully. Handy that. I could stumble my way home from here.
Good. So now we got 3 days
Yep. I want to go get
to
my
get
potions.
prepped up.
So if
We
you guys,
apparently have the travel to Termina.
if you guys hoof it back to Gustav's house, Ofa hands you a letter as you come in, and she's like, "Yeah, little girl from the castle, Amelia.
Yeah,
She
no.
dropped this off, and it has the Woodrunner seal on it, and there's a little leather badge with 3 green. It's the forest. It's the
All right.
forest symbol.
Right, right. 3 kind of.
Ocarina of Time forest medallion.
Is that that one?
You dance with the triangles.
No.
It's the one that has the 3 kind of circles and
Yeah.
arranged in a circle.
There we go.
Oh, I see.
It's a swirl.
Got it.
And there are 6 of those badges.
One for
Yeah,
the
look, it
chicken.
says right there, 6 medallions.
So there are 6 of those little leather badges, and it says, "Please report to the Please report to the Kokiri village in Lost Woods in 3 days' time. Seek out Dak or Molly, or no, never mind. Dak or Molly." So you have your marching orders and your official badges, and you have 3 days downtime till you need to report in. You know it's going to take about 2 days to get there.
Awesome.
That's
Great.
really just 1 day of downtime.
All right, we'll get 1 day to get prepped. After that, it's marching time.
Okay.
So
Do you need to do any shopping or anything before you guys head out?
Yeah, just as many cure moderate potions as I can afford. Which I think is just one with my current money.
I'll
So it's 225 per because of the
I'll throw some of my
25%
money
off.
in there.
So how much you got?
225 for cure mods.
225
That's with the 25%
with
off.
the discount.
I think after this we're gonna have to call it because this one is the same.
Yeah, I'm falling asleep.
No, it's a good spot.
I can
So
give
you
you
guys-
4.
You giving me
So
4?
between now and next week,
Thanks.
you can make any purchases you want. You can yell at each other over Facebook about who has more gold than whoever else and divvy that up.
Yeah.
And then
I have a ton of gold, and then I have extra gold because I have patches full of gold and gems.
Nice.
uh,
Do we level?
so after the
It's a
first
good time
day,
to sell those.
you guys all pack up. Are you guys still trekking it by foot then?
I mean,
Or-
well, we don't.
Via broom but keeping pace?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, unless we get a horse.
Then you spend the 2 days to the
I
edge
have
of the
a
Lost
mule.
Woods.
You're a mule?
In my patches.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
That's
So
right.
do I.
Do you choose to activate your
We got 2
mule?
mules.
No,
We
I'm
just need to
saving
buy a
that
cart.
mule for when it's most needed.
Sorry, saving that mule for a rainy day. You guys
She
check
also has
out
a mule.
through through Hyrule Field, down a bramble-strewn path, through dense forest, across a short bridge, into Kokiri Village. Everything is small, and there are nothing but children about.
Oh,
It is
Jesus.
gross.
I hate
Everything.
children.
Everything about being with these people.
You're gonna love
The very
your sign
wood
up.
itself
Herd people,
seems to sing
tiny city full of children.
cheery tune. And I guess
This
we'll
one's
pause it
the
there.
time of our life. I hate
Right in
everything.
Kokiri Village.
Party all the time. Party all the
I'm
time.
okay with kids.
All right.
Let's experience.
Let's be. What are you at right now?
134, 20, 21.
Definitely. Let me pull up the. What is it?
We're at 134,021 points.
Yeah, it's 155k for 11.
155, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 10,000 XP for everybody.
Woo!
So 144.
For excellent roleplay through an entire session of exposition.
Yay.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Internet. I hope you
Thank
you,
enjoyed
Internet.
John's story earlier.
Yeah.
There was none.
Want-
Don't build it up.
We're always going to think there is, even if we never listen to it.
Come on, Internet.
Good night, Internet.